Hey, cheers.
Cheers.
Coming in.
Cheers. Thank you, guys.
Chunk, clank, clunk, clink, clunk.
Yeah.
Clink, clunk, clink. Let's see.
Ooh, not bad. Mine is elderflower, right?
Yes.
Hunter,
Nice.
Hey, not bad.
Yes,
What-
sir.
what's this podcast called?
Consistently off.
Yay!
Wow.
I'm
Okay.
glad you remembered.
Yeah.
We're
you're
like
in the
two
we're
in
two
a
for
row.
two. Yeah, we're two in a row. But that's
you
a-
got to do a little bit of research when you anywhere you want to
appreciate
go.
We appreciate
You
it.
go to a town you've never heard of. You gotta
Yeah.
at least do a little bit of research and see what's
Yeah, of course.
You'd think our friends would do that too.
You'd think. You sound very reasonable.
I think it comes from you guys being so chill. People have I almost didn't do enough research. I heard it when you turned me onto it, whenever
Yeah.
you told me about it.
Yeah.
Or however you told me about it.
Probably at the
And
movie
then-
theater.
Yeah. And then I had it on my phone. I have it on my phone. And things will cycle through and then it'll come on and I'll be like, fuck yeah, I'll do my thing. Like I'm so ADD. I'm like, it's hard for me to concentrate on anything for too long. And especially with things that are like, a dialogue and stuff.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
You don't. Yeah, we're meant to be on in the background anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's chill. But I feel that people may have this preconceived notion that it may be like a super chill environment. And like, that was a pretty official question right off the bat. It was like,
That's how I
what
started
is
every
the name
episode.
of the thing? And I was like, all right, I got to put my big boy pants on. Yeah.
We lure you in with this false sense of friendliness.
Yeah, and then we slap
And then,
Yeah, I mean, that's how they do it. It's like the people on the street they'll lure you in and then they'll ask you some really intense
You like
thing,
hip hop?
you're like,
hey, we want to sign this petition. How do you feel about death? Wait
Yeah.
a second. I didn't think I was going
Exactly.
there at all.
Just imagine what it would do if you said it wrong.
I know.
Welcome to Consistent.
Welcome back, everybody. It's consistently up.
Yeah.
It's number 171. We're having gin and tonics with
Hunter
Mr.
McKellar.
Hunter McKellar, thank you for
Yeah.
being here.
Right
Great
on.
choice on the gin and tonics.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very
Cheers
nice.
to that. It's,
Cheers.
it's
No, thank
good,
you very
great
much.
to see you. Thanks for making the drive.
Yeah. So,
We picked up Ryan Reynolds' stuff. What do you think?
yeah. Have you ever had
Yeah, I was just gonna say Aviation gin. I saw I've seen the ad show up on like YouTube and stuff, but
Yeah.
this is my first time. It's pretty good. Dare I take a little?
it?
sip?
Yeah.
Of course, of course.
you want to go
You
straight,
You know
right?
what? It tastes like.
Tastes like gin.
Nice.
Yeah,
Go a little
it's not bad.
straight.
I
Yeah.
like.
I can grab a little cup, right?
I'll take like a thimble just so we can see what it's like.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't taste too high in like junipers. Like I love gin and tonics. I love all the classic gin and tonics and the weird gin and tonics. So
That's
like,
why we got some
Yeah.
elderflower tonic for you.
Uh-huh.
I was trying to pull it out.
Are you a gin guy? Is gin your go-to liquor of choice?
I'd have to say like it's a high one. It's a high thing for me and my family. Like family wise, we all love the gin and tonics. We can all meet in the middle there.
Nice.
All right, you ready?
No, this is good. It's not super high in that like juniper-y thing that it has. Like Bombay Sapphire's got like a lot of juniper in it. It's
It
almost
does.
like
Ooh, it is pretty dry.
perfumey.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty dry.
Yeah. It's not that fragrant.
Not bad.
You know what?
I'm into it. Glad there's
not,
a tonic.
Not straight.
Yeah. Not straight.
You're not a gin guy, though.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, yeah. No, I understand. Well, Saf is my go-to.
Which one?
Bombay Sapphire.
Oh, yeah.
Saf.
The
Like,
sap.
Whole saf.
Right
Yeah.
into it. But yeah, that's
Whole
meaty.
Yeah, it's
In comparison, yeah, perfumey was the way you went on the
It's-
other one.
It's definitely got like a good like floral beginning, but
Yeah.
it just lingers like the alcohol.
It still,
Oh,
it
yeah.
still tastes like gin.
I mean, it's.
Flirty.
It is still gin.
I think it's just a further processing of vodka, if I'm not wrong. It's like a vodka, and then they add the juniper botanicals, and that's how
That's
gin
how you
is
make
made. I don't know.
I don't know.
either.
Someone told me somewhere. I don't know. I don't know anything.
I mean,
I think
these
they're
days-
they taste similar.
They do
If
taste
you
similar.
if you took all the the
I don't know.
floweriness
But
out, they're similar.
I would
yeah,
definitely take
very.
gin over vodka
No.
almost any day of the week.
Is that
really?
I mean, my
Yeah.
second choice to you guys was dirty martinis, but I think you
Right.
can only have like one or two of those. Then you're.
But
yeah,
is a
that's what
martini?
I said. I was like, can we do G&Ts
Yeah, yeah.
instead?
Yeah.
I don't-
I mean,
yeah.
but I
well,
also,
that's also a harder process. I'd need the shaker.
Yeah,
and
the
all that
the
shit.
Oh,
risk
yeah.
the risk of a bad martini would be like
really.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you're just stuck with this thing.
Yeah.
Not
For
to
the whole
mention-
episode. Yeah.
It's loud too. You'll be like
Yeah.
turn into like ASMR.
So yeah.
I'll turn right to camera one and just
Yeah.
get the real big
Where-
smile of the bartender.
It's so big right in front of me, and I keep forgetting where it is. I like
light-
keep
the
looking
light-
kind
The
of
light
like
is
at the-
yeah. Just
great.
look at the light. You'll look at it.
Blind in my light. So thanks for coming on. So here's what I know about you.
Yeah.
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 You know Oliver,
Yes.
and you deal in a lot of music.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's right.
That's all I got.
Okay.
And the only reason he knows that I know you is because you and I went to middle school together, man.
Uh-huh.
We went back all the way to fucking Don Juan Avila.
Don Juan. And I think you're the grade older than me. You graduated 2010 or 2009.
High school 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
I'm
I was a year ahead of
11,
you.
Yeah.
Do you want the?
I tried it.
No. Oh yeah. Oh,
Take those last souls.
Yeah. Take it. Whatever. Thought you were offering. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, the grade levels being what they were, I only became aware of who you were around like Battle of the Bands time.
Yeah,
So,
I was playing with Dante, and you like Dante, right? Okay, so
Dante and I were buds.
yeah, so
Bandmates.
yeah, and you guys, to me, like Oliver, to me was really good at drums. Always, like I was like, I kind of could play drums a little bit.
You were the drummer in your band.
I was drummers for bands, but like you came to my house one time and
remember
you
that.
just fucking shredded in my garage.
Way.
And I
What
was
age
like,
are what age are we talking on both you guys?
oh my god,
That was
I was like,
after
you're
middle
probably
school.
17. I was maybe
Yeah.
16,
This
maybe
was in
like
high
15,
school.
Yeah.
Rad.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, I had this folk band, and
Fuck
we
yeah.
didn't have a drummer. Folk, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
What was the name of the band?
The Late Morning Risers, or Late Morning Risers. No, the.
Oh no,
Yeah.
the
Late
And there was
Morning
it's
Risers,
hyphenated too. Late Morning Risers. Pretty sweet. And we
it.
had some cool jams.
But that's like the chillest band name you can think of.
Yeah.
Like ever. Like
It's just like we don't want to wake up early.
Don't make us wake up early.
Yeah.
I'm looking at a cool 10:45, 11:30.
Yeah. Like late morning, like a late morning riser. Like sometimes I skip breakfast. Like strictly
I mostly
brunch.
skip breakfast. Yeah.
What was the vein like? What did it sound like? I mean,
Who was in that
sure.
band with you?
Yeah, I was-
First of all, do I know anyone who was in that band with you?
Dana Janicki, Andrew Kokonakis.
I know Andrew. Yeah.
Yeah. Josh Lindley.
Don't
Did you know
remember
Josh Lindley?
Maybe. Sounds like I might have played
yeah.
baseball with him or something.
That's how this
Andrew,
feels.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Still
good times.
good people. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Shout out to the Aliso Nigel crowd
Yeah.
of 2011. Yeah.
I love it.
Wait, where are you guys from?
These guys are Detroiters.
Detroit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But we did go to
Michigan.
We did go to high
Yes.
school.
Okay.
Yeah.
You hear of Detroit, but then you're like, okay, Michigan. There you go.
Detroit, India.
Yeah, it's like Detroit.
You can tell.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so.
Oh, he's redirecting. I can't interview. Okay. Here we
Yeah.
go.
Okay. So like, what's your first instrument?
Probably piano.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. How old are we talking?
I was really interested in playing music. I don't know, maybe like 7, 6.
You have a memory of being interested at 6 or 7?
My parents made my sister take piano lessons, and I was super jealous, and I really wanted to play. I was like, why not me? And they're like, when you get older, Hunter.
Yeah.
So I always wanted to like.
The elusive piano.
Yeah, I was like not
Don't
allowed.
touch it.
Don't touch the piano.
What,
Hunter.
really?
Yeah, and my
And it
piano.
was in the house too?
Yeah, it's there because I guess as a child
They wouldn't even
I'd,
let you like plunk on it or nothing?
I threw a toy at it at a little kid, and I chipped 2 of the keys, and they were ivory keys. So my parents were like, "What the fuck, Hunter?"
Yeah.
So yeah, I couldn't touch piano.
Oh, that is kind of sad.
As
very
a discipline, you cannot touch.
Gosh.
Yeah, but when I got old enough, obviously, I got super into playing piano.
Yeah.
And
so like age 13, they're like, okay, you're a teenager now. You can do it.
no, I was like 7 when I started playing piano.
Okay.
And then I started playing guitar probably when I was like 9, and then I stuck with guitar and drums.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, so you got to piano, you're like, I find dun 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 dun. You shake my nerves. And, all right, and now I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm moving to something else.
Yeah, I remember I was in piano lessons, and this woman who was my piano teacher, I just really didn't like her. She was kind of gross. She like fart a lot when she was like teaching me how to
What?
play piano. Yeah, and like bless her heart, she was a nice person, but she was like heavily diabetic and like was constantly like bringing brought juices and stuff like that. And then she'd have like these like really intense farts, and I'd be there like playing piano, and I just distinctly remembering like, I'm sorry, Mrs. Radlick, like I'm really sorry, but
Shout
like,
out Mrs. Radley.
I just didn't. I wasn't feeling it, and
that
after my
happens.
first,
You were smelling it. Dude.
yeah, after my first recital, I decided like piano is not what I wanted to, or like I loved piano, but I just didn't want to take lessons anymore.
I
So.
don't want to do that.
Yeah,
Imagine having a teacher so bad that
Yeah.
it made you quit an instrument.
oh for
And it's
sure.
because of the farts.
Yeah, not because of the instrument, because of the farts.
Yeah, she was just kind of gross. Like,
Yeah.
like nothing against her. She was a really nice person, but
Yeah.
just
Sure.
like, No, she scared me away with farts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, when you're that age, that's totally valid.
If you're any age,
yeah, you're right. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why I'm qualifying it. You're right.
someone's sitting right next to you
Yeah.
farting, and you're like, I'm
It's
just
just like-
trying to learn Let It Be.
I mean,
right now.
it
That's all I
happens
know.
once, like, okay, 2 times, you're like, okay, this is the fart guy. But any more than 2 times, and you're like, I need to, like, change my life to not
There's
be...
other instructors.
Yeah, there's another
There's
way
more
to
than
do
one
it.
piano teacher in the area.
That's all there was.
Oh, dang. Okay, what'd your parents have you listening to? Like,
When I was a child?
yeah.
A lot of Fleetwood Mac. You know,
Either the parents play?
yeah. So my dad played guitar. My mom is not really musical, but would play the bongos and stuff when she was pregnant with me, and I think that
Aw.
translated through. You know,
Yeah,
like, you know,
totally.
little belly transducer was picking up the the
rhythm.
Yeah, I mean, I can feel it on the other
The
side.
rhythm is going to get you.
Yes.
Yeah,
Can't
totally.
fight it.
But yeah, no. So a lot of music in my house, and yeah,
Fleetwood.
So I said Fleetwood.
Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah. Just that kind of era.
God, I wish I could give you something better. I mean, like Ray Charles.
Sure.
Yeah.
Just say names.
Man, if
yeah.
with them, like, I mean, a family. Oh, my family was really, they loved Journey.
Oh,
Okay.
Of course, like
yeah.
Journey.
We're getting a feel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We have
yeah.
no bullseyes. It's just one giant
It's just
dart.
kind of
Yeah.
yeah,
What
it's kind
was
of
it? Yeah.
loose, kind of classic rocky, and then some of that folky Fleetwood Mac stuff.
Great.
Is great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What did you end up being like your Teenage Rebellion stuff they didn't want you to listen to?
I got really into like hardcore and like death metal and like
this
metalcore.
kid used to have plugs in
yeah,
his
I had
ears
like
and shit.
huge plugs
Yeah.
and like all sorts of piercings.
I'm wearing the
and
Warped
stuff.
Tour shirt, but he lived
Yeah.
like the Warped Tour life.
Yeah, I was like already hanging with like
Yeah.
death metal bands that were like going around touring and stuff like as a little guy. So like I knew that I wanted to be affiliated with hardcore. So I kind of like made that my identity for a long time, like being a straight edge
Hey,
hardcore kid.
When it calls you, especially straight edge hardcore, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, straight edge, vegan hardcore stuff.
dude,
Still
what a-
vegan, so don't
There you go.
slam the vegans.
what a community,
Yeah.
right? What a community, what a vibe. People like massive support,
Yeah.
with all those bands and all those attendees. Like those
for
are
sure.
those are the craziest pits you've ever seen. But you're gonna get picked
But you
up.
get picked
You're
up.
getting
Yeah.
picked up.
Nice people generally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I kind of later in high school, I kind of got into a sect of like this tough guy hardcore, so there wasn't as much like picking up. There was not that buddy. It was like, these are our friends, those are your friends. If I see you in the pit, man, it's going down. Like it was kind of like that vibe, which is cool. I'm still down for like the beat down hardcore stuff. I'm still a hardcore kid inside for sure.
But then you were still vegan. You just took it to the mean hardcore instead. You're like, I need to see what these guys are doing.
Yeah, I mean, it all started with like the straight edge, fixie bike riding, just like, there's like a certain style of hardcore kid where it's
Very
like,
Southern California.
vegan, fixies,
Cuffed jeans.
possibly,
Okay,
certainly.
yeah,
I'd
yeah.
say the shants, the
there you go,
jeans cut
yep.
into shorts was a big thing versus like the long t-shirt basketball shorts wearing hardcore kids, wore army shorts and shit, wore like
Are you
trainers and stuff.
so? Are you able to take these fashion cues?
Yeah.
And assign bands to it as
Oh,
well.
I think so. Yeah, totally.
So, okay. So, what brought you in, and then what was your journey through, hardcore?
Oh.
Like, I became these, but I listened to these bands, and then it
bands?
turns into.
Yeah, what was the
Oh,
first
yeah.
one?
Oh, okay. So my friend gave me this Epitaph Records demo CD,
that'll
and
do.
probably
Sounds
like
right. That's all you
2000
need.
had Dead to Fall, early Atreyu, who was like, just like the early shit.
Jackpot? Treasure trove.
Yeah.
The Curse.
Yeah, it was like the Curse. But like before that, there's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a couple
There's
of.
a couple like
I
demo
mean,
or
I
shit.
fuck with the Curse still to this day.
Me
I
too.
put on some bleeding mascara, and I'm like, oh my god, like it's such a good song. Fuck yeah.
It's a good song.
So yeah,
Good album.
I started with that. Very quickly got, Dead to Fall was a big one because they kind of had this more death metal-y stuff, and I was kind of getting away from like the emo stuff, kind of more of like the darker shit, if you would.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
got into that, and like Dead to Fall. Obviously, I like to Tray You, but I think it jumped. I think I jumped straight to like Job for a Cowboy. You guys ever heard of Job? For a
Yeah, I
Cowboy?
remember Job for a
Yeah,
Cowboy. Yeah.
They had this really iconic,
like super crab
well, I mean,
right?
they for sure.
Yeah,
but like,
yeah.
they have a music video where there's like a chick screaming and it's this really iconic like sample they use. It's like the song's going in, stops, and it's like this blood curdling scream, and it's like it's pretty badass.
Dope.
Yeah. So and then after that, just a lot of the local hardcore scenes, because I didn't really know about the scene per se. I just know that I liked heavy music. I liked the screaming.
Yeah.
Took a small detour into like straight up metal, but like wasn't really for me. I liked the breakdowns and stuff. Like that was sort of my thing.
OC has some historied
Oh, very.
scene in hardcore, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's some legendary shit from here.
Support your local scenes, especially.
Go to a show.
Yeah, if you don't know about the hardcore bands in your area, I guarantee you there
good.
are them, and they do great, and they have great shows.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's people. Hardcore is a very inclusive genre for sure. I mean, I think music in general has been homogenized. There's a lot of
these days,
all
100%.
these genres are everywhere and everywhere else, right? So like, I think that everything's really inclusive, but it's always kind of been an inclusive thing. It was never like, even with the tough guy hardcore shows, it wasn't like, don't come to this show. It was like, it was like these guys just
That would be
Just be careful at
that
the
would
show.
be tough
Yeah.
hardcore. Like,
Yeah.
so tough.
We don't
We're
even
like,
want you.
Don't fucking come.
Yeah.
Don't come to the
if you come to the show,
We're personally gonna kick your ass.
I mean,
That's straight up gang.
Yeah, that's. I think
like,
that stops being a band and
2 or 4.
just becomes a gang.
yeah.
I feel like I'd want to go to that show though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you
Sneak
gotta see what
in.
happens.
Yeah,
for
you
sure.
That'd be a crazy pit.
Oh, for sure.
Man,
Yeah.
I wonder how. I'd love to see all the basketball shorts.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, it's a style. Like, I know I probably sound crazy, but there is a distinct, there's a distinct, threshold of hardcoreness.
Which
And
bands are basketball shorts?
basketball shorts would be
Pennywise.
Hoods, Hammer Fist, Thick as Blood, Blood Stand Still,
as Blood.
CDC, the Cool Dudes Chillin', Furious Styles. Oh man, just
love
hardcore,
This is-
beat down
this is very Orange
hardcore,
County,
just
yeah.
super gnarly beat down hardcore. And then
Yeah.
they start crossing genres. You have like the AFB, who is straight edge, armed for battle. They also did like some of the death metal stuff. They did some like harmonized guitars and shit, which is not regular hardcore music's a lot of chugs and open notes and stuff like that. And they had like harmonized guitars. You're like, okay, this is pretty dark. You're like in a harmonic minor scale. Like look at you. Like like it's cool.
Okay, what's like so instead of basketball shorts,
Yeah.
same entire outfit, but
Oh.
then like Dickies.
Dickies hardcore, like
Yeah.
the Dickies. I think Dickies would still be with those guys.
Okay.
Yeah, Dickies, white shirts, hardcore guys, like just assholes. Just like those are like on the negative hardcore side. The positive side
Just
is like
assholes.
the uplifting stuff. You had like pop punk and hardcore met over there, and they were homies. They got on a knee and did the hardcore stance. I mean, we've all seen it. You ever seen that one?
Yeah.
That's kind of like the like it's like okay. The best way I could put it is like. Dick hardcore is like stay true to your crew, and then like nice hardcore is like stay true to your friends. It's like
Okay.
softer. It's like
Yeah.
Everyone's my friend.
yeah, like have heart is a big one on that side. I'm not super into like the positive hardcore, but it's where pop punk and hardcore
Yeah.
can meet. Like,
Yeah.
dude, even like
Because a lot of the pop punkers were like, we really need breakdowns.
Yeah, we really need
really
breakdowns, yeah.
want breakdowns. So
Yeah.
there need to
Yeah.
be happy hardcore, right?
Yeah.
All these things.
Easy core, dude.
Easy core.
yeah, just like
I love
mellow.
easy
A Day to Remember might live there.
Yep.
Oh
Oh well, they're mainstream. They're
I mean,
crossover.
this is when they exploded. Like I
No,
saw,
they used to be though.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw A Day to Remember at this thing at the. Did you go to Bamboozle Left?
I went to at Angel Stadium. Is that that
No,
one?
it was the one at Verizon Wild, like
It was
where
a big
Wild
deal.
Rivers was. Yeah,
I remember that
It was a
festival.
big
It
show.
was a
yeah,
big deal.
And
I went to one at Angel Stadium. Same.
We went to
same
one
deal.
like in Pomona or something.
It used to be a big fucking. It
it
used
was
to
like
happen
a
every year.
huge
Yeah.
major
Bamboozle
festival.
Left only did like one date because on the West Coast because they were such a big thing where they were over on the East. Like,
Yeah,
I think
there was,
they're-
the
It started
left was like
on-
on the West Coast.
It started
yeah.
in like New
Where's
Jersey.
my
or something
e-cig?
like
You're
that.
like
Can
making me
we
go
Oh,
crazy
play
for
one?
I
mine.
mean, you can
With
puff on that.
matches?
I used to have that one, but
Yeah,
I'm
we
like
could go
addicted
see
to this
them.
one.
No,
It's
okay.
terrible.
probably, but, I don't
But
think
you can
it
try
wasn't
mine if you
Bamboozle.
like. You'd be
Sure.
like, what the?
What is it? Jack's Mannequin, Yellow Card.
Ooh.
I wasn't there.
Oh yeah, because I went to one that it was more inland, but it was Bamboozle Left because I remember we saw a bunch of killer bands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bamboozle was a big thing for a second, and then it just like disappeared.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to it. Look, I got a freshie. on here.
Promoters.
Ah, there you go. Yeah.
Show promoters.
And I do want to say it started on the East Coast.
Oh, it
I think
for
it did.
sure started. I think it was like maybe not on the East Coast, but like in the Midwest or something like that. It had like that kind of vibe. Yeah,
Jersey,
maybe.
I was right.
Oh, New Jersey.
Yeah.
I thought it was a wild pitch. I was gonna be like Jersey, but that's what I remembered.
Yeah, that's what
Was
I
it a
thought.
shore festival for them?
Probably. I don't know.
Dang.
I'm not
Or like the
continuing.
Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, a lot of that state does have shorelines. So if you do a,
Do
a
they
thing
have
California
big
doesn't
major
have any.
festivals on the beach?
I would hope so.
Yeah, totally.
Producer,
Yeah.
Jamie, look that up.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
Jamie.
Oh, one day. Maybe once we get past like 250, the 250th episode, we'll have like a producer who can like fact
Actually
check
edit.
us.
Yeah. Look shit
Like
up for
in
us.
the control room?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh, dude.
But then the
Where
other
it
dream,
should
of
be.
course, is like to do an interview and a performance, and whether like
Yeah.
whether it works for the person to like perform before they drink or after.
No,
then it's
after.
really up to them, right? But
Yeah.
either way, we'd have people come like a little extra early, plug them in, make sure they sound
Yeah.
good, get a little
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
get a little camera on them,
Yeah.
and then air it as part of the thing, right? But
That's a great idea.
That's the ultimate goal. Yeah.
that's
I want to see
goal.
you guys play.
it's
Wow.
the dream. Oh no, Hey,
We'll
ladies
do
and
the-
gentlemen, me.
Yeah, again.
Dude, it's gonna
Same as last week. Same song as last week.
We would only have to do it once, and every time we do a solo pod, we could just have to slap it on the back. It's genius.
Oh, it's just
We should do
playing-
the
it's
the
just playing
theme
us
song.
out.
Yeah, we could do the theme song.
Maybe every
We
time
do need a theme song.
Maybe every time we do,
We don't even have a theme
layer
song.
it
No,
on
we'll-
top of
we'll
each
get-
other.
We're getting there. We have to finish the goddamn record.
That's
Okay.
it, yeah.
What
Once we finish
record?
the record, there's other things we can do. First guitar that you got, because then you moved right to guitar, right?
Yeah. Oh man. Sick guitar. Okay.
Sick.
It was oh my god, I don't know who makes it, but it is the same maker as I think it's I mean, I could be totally confusing this with the Bean Company, but I think
fine.
it's called a Goya or Gora or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the canned vegetable.
Yeah, the canned vegetables.
So it's a
thing, like,
Mexican guitar.
I don't know, but my dad got
Are you on
it
it?
from this guy. It was an antique that my dad got when he was like 18 or something, and he had it, and it turned. And I was watching The Sound of Music one day, and I saw that she's playing the same type of guitar. Yeah, so it's the same guitar that's in the movie.
Nice.
There is a Goya guitar.
Yeah,
Okay.
Like,
Acoustics?
yeah, it's these classical guitars.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, that was my
Okay.
very
Dude, you're
first
totally right.
guitar.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so but I can't really track down very much about it because as a kid I was like, "What's the sticker doing inside the guitar?" You know,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I
yeah.
like pulled
You
out.
rip it
the-
out.
Yeah,
Goya's part of the Kawaii and Tiesco, all those Japanese brands of things. Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
Nice.
Great. So then you were learning on a classical.
yeah. My dad made me learn classical guitar. It was always I wanted to learn,
like
but
Korea.
then when I had to learn, I couldn't do what I wanted to do. You know, so like I had to learn classical guitar. I had to put it on the one leg, and I had a little footstool for a period of
Yeah,
time.
footstool.
And I did the PIMA, but I don't really know too much of that anymore. Yeah.
In the 60s, they also made like rad stuff, rad
sick.
retro,
Yeah.
you know,
I saw that.
crazy
Cool bridge.
The same brand.
designs and stuff. Yeah, same brand.
Sick.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So good manufacturer. I mean, that's a solid
yeah.
instrument.
Yeah, my dad got it from someone that he worked with. My dad was like a waiter at a restaurant or something when he was 18, and one of the cooks had bought it for his daughter. But the daughter decided that she didn't want to play guitar, so he was just gave it to my dad or something, and it ended up becoming mine. And yeah, I love that guitar. I still have it. I still that's kind of like my 3 a.m. You have an idea in the middle of the night
Yes.
guitar.
Yeah,
You like
yeah.
break out.
Yeah.
You know,
Everyone needs one of those.
You know, it's just like this comfortable guitar that you
Yeah.
know, and it like it probably it could be out of tune as fuck, but it really doesn't matter because you like get the vibe on your own
Yeah.
guitar. I'm not talking like strings are entirely different notes, but I mean like it can be wonky and
no.
like you're like laying in
Yeah.
your bed, you're like wake up with.
Wait,
an
you
idea.
started playing this thing when you were 9?
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe a little,
It
yeah.
also knows you.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
yeah,
you guys, you are
Yeah,
together.
your frets
Oh,
feel
yeah.
the
know
same.
each other.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
I know that guitar super well and
man.
haven't has not been restored. I've cleaned it a few times, but
Yeah.
it's not like been refretted or anything like that.
The relationship between human and instrument is.
No, it's deep, dude.
Bonding.
Can't throw
Yeah.
away one of my buddies. Are you kidding me? No way. You know, but surprisingly, I don't have that same sentimental feeling with drum sets. I take drum
Sure.
sets, I'll sell them, get new drum sets.
It's probably because they're so hard to lug. Like, you don't want to move them. So
You
like
know
once
what?
it's there.
I actually did sell
furniture.
a couple of guitars, but like when I was young, and only because I was excited about another guitar. So I'd go to like Guitar
Yes.
Center.
Yeah.
and sell a
Trade. It's all
guitar.
about
Yeah.
trades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
Those
what
guys will scam you too. Like, it'll be like a nice guitar. It'll be like $50, and then can I put it towards this guitar? And then you're paying them layaway for like a couple weeks just to be able to finally take home your new guitar that's like on the wall. People are still probably playing. Whatever. But be gentle.
What was your first electric then?
My dad had a Les Paul Gold Top Deluxe. Yeah, and it was like an older one, but it was like made in like the early 80s. It wasn't like anything special. It was a sick guitar. It's probably not worth much. Maybe like, $5-6 grand now. But
Only 5 or 6.
But it's not like for some gold tops that are old, it'd be like, the down payment on a house.
Yeah,
and shit,
right.
Yeah.
That's
what I was hoping it was. I kind of held on to it forever, and I still have it. I never play it.
Yeah, give it a minute. It'll do it. It'll do it eventually.
Well, I kind of like stole it from my dad too. So a couple years ago, I stole it. It's been through some abuse.
Allegedly, yeah.
No, I mean, I fully took it. I like took the pick guard off as a young guy. Like I tried to play death metal with this guitar and shit. Like, it's got some dings and bumps and stuff, and like, it's got a lot of beauty marks on it. So maybe 2 years ago, I bought my dad the same guitar again, but like a reissue. It was like $3,500. But like,
awesome.
It was like a nice gift to my dad. To be
Sorry for the past 15 years.
Because I really wanted to get that guitar restored, but everywhere I went, they were like, "Don't restore this guitar. It's not worth it.
Right.
Like, it takes the value away from it."
That's
so, like,
all correct. That is.
So I was like, okay, let's buy him a freshie. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a nice gift.
It's guitars and cars have a lot of really little parallels there in restoring, in values and collection
attachment.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, also just again that threshold of when it's valuable to when it's not valuable. It's like you have like a certain Mustang like after this year, and they're like, it's trash. Like that car's a lemon car. Like whatever.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Well, so what do you then? Did you go right to learning metal songs as soon as you got?
I took guitar lessons for like a couple years on the classical guitar, maybe like a year and a half, and then I don't remember what happened. My guitar teacher was far away. He was kind of like a family friend.
So classical lessons, so just arpeggios, scales, melodies, pieces.
We know what happened. You got that fart lady again.
Yeah.
This time,
Same lady.
A little bit more endurance.
I mean,
her son.
My guitar teacher was no less weird than my piano teacher. He lived like I lived in Laguna Hills. He lived way out like at the far side of San Clemente. So it was like a nice little journy to get over there. Like it wasn't like down the street or anything.
Right.
Not far, but like 25 minutes or so.
Yeah. You got to go to your lesson.
My dad had to take me, but the dude was kind of trippy. He was like one of the first. He's like probably the only like non-metalhead type that's like, I only wear black. And I was like, oh, like he's like, I only wear black. Like it just, all my stuff is black. And I just thought as a young guy, oh, that's cool. Like it didn't really strike me as anything, but he was not like, I don't know, his vibe really wasn't that. He just wore black. And then he also had like a mannequin in his that like it would be like a darkened kitchen because this was like an apartment in San Clemente. It'd be like a darkened kitchen and there'd be like a mannequin in the center of it. Like, do you have that like in your living room when I'm not here? Like, what's the story there? Yeah,
he talks to it.
I love that.
He like distinctly like referred to it by name.
Whoa!
I get stuck. He was like, "Oh, this is Vonnie," and I was like even as a little guy, I was like, there's something here, so.
Dude, it was a serial killer.
Yeah, so he took
Jesus
guitar lessons from a
Christ.
serial killer.
I looked him up a few, just like a few years ago, and he seems like a pretty put together guy, but still radical, still outspoken about whatever he's into and stuff. So good for him and his.
Hey, killing it.
Well, folks that wear all black, they're just crazy folks.
I know. I mean, obviously,
you gotta watch out. You gotta watch out for them.
Yeah,
for sure.
I know, right?
I mean, I think as musicians, we have a tendency to wear a lot of black too.
Yeah,
I don't know what that
just
is.
The,
Dark colors like our heart.
Exactly.
I don't know. It's just convenient.
Yeah, I like dark colors. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm a weirdo.
I mean.
So what amp accompanies the new guitar playing then? You're learning on an electric. Well, you're moving to an electric. You're already ripping on a classical, which has like a wider fretboard, so your fingers are already like ready to do the job.
So if we're talking my timeline, I played that gold top just briefly when I just started playing guitar. Like I found it in his closet or something like that, and I was like playing around with it. Like couldn't do anything still for the most part.
Sure.
But so they like took me to the local music store, which was not a Guitar Center, and bought me. Oh, it's
support your local music.
Yeah, support your local music stores.
Actually, it was a Guitar Center for my first real guitar.
Garage Center.
It was Squire, and it had a little black skull on it because I already knew that I was getting angsty. And then I knocked it over like the very first night I got it, and it had like a nice little chip in it, just like
Even
a
more
chip,
badass.
dude. A chip that in all of my playing and all of my gigs and just like having guitars, be transported all over the place and shit. It's a chip that I have not seen since then. Like it was like a bad fucking chip. Like I've dinged guitars all day long, and I was a little guy. Like how strong could I have been? But it was like a nice little quarter shape missing of paint.
Wow.
It was like a nice
Jesus.
little chunk of paint gone, and
Yeah.
Bad construction.
yeah, it was just
Yeah.
like a
You
fucking
found that little
super
air
cheap
bubble.
guitar.
and put it at
Yeah,
the right
seriously.
It was a
angle.
knot in the wood.
It already had a skull on it. I gotta know this model
It
now.
was a Squire, yeah, Fender Squire.
Yeah.
What,
Was it
Strat?
Strat?
It was probably a Strat. I don't remember if I think it was a 3-switch. I think it only
Okay.
had 3 switches, so it was like it was cheap.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's very Squire sounding.
It was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it was no more than 200.
Yeah, it
bucks,
came with
you
the
know.
skull on it, or you added
Yes.
it? Wow.
No, it came with the skull painted on it.
man.
I think even the frets had skulls.
Skull inlays.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
It wasn't just a skull. It was a Jolly Roger. It had the skull and the crossbones. Yeah.
I see a bass version.
Yeah,
I'm
there
looking for-
was a bass version.
Okay, all right, I'm getting closer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that bass version exists, but this was the guitar version.
Okay, so then you're rocking on that one, right? Is it?
Oh,
I think it
what
might have been a
about that?
Telecaster shape.
What
yeah.
about your amps?
They were cheap. It was a brand called Custom with a K.
Yeah,
Yeah,
love,
got it.
love
Yeah,
custom.
yeah.
Yeah, back in the day, we had custom amps. One super old, like sick tube PV.
I
That
love
probably
PV. I
would have
Don't
been
knock
worth
PVs.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I think I just like blew it out. I just didn't have a distortion pedal, so I just put everything
Drove
to
it, yeah.
11 and yeah.
Hell yeah, you gotta. That's what PV's actually built for.
Yeah, I mean, those are metal. Those are metal
supposed
amps.
to do.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Dude, the one that I got over here is beautiful.
Which
Yeah.
one?
Yeah, there's a PV over here.
Oh, it's an 80s.
Yeah,
It's an 80s PV.
And it's got like pull on and pull off. It's
Yeah,
got
so long as you don't
crazy-
touch that treble.
Yeah, it's touch the treble.
Switch.
It screams like a devil. But we did a bunch of tones for the album with it.
Nice.
Yeah, like
Yeah, nothing really like kicks like that. The solid state out of that thing is like
Yeah.
jing, 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 jing. Just has that,
I found something, but it looks like sugar skulls.
Sugar skull. Oh,
I found a silver one with a skull on it. How big was the skull?
Small.
I know.
on
I
the tail end.
No. Oh man. Okay. Let me see if I can find this one.
Yeah. It wasn't someone's like signature Strat, obviously, right?
Dude,
'Cause-
I was too young to know.
Well, it's
anything.
also Squires, so they're probably not carrying that hard.
There's an MB. Oh, I keep finding it's the bass. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, do you get obsessed with like different music now that you're learning like electric guitar things?
Got really heavy into Linkin Park when I was a young guy.
Yeah.
Very, very heavy
we
into
all
Linkin
did.
Park. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So then you
Um,
drop C and sharps and D's already. Like you're
Yeah.
already alternate tunings away from
I
standard.
think I was just drop D at the max at that time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I never really. I think in all of my death metaling and stuff, I never really got that low. I never hit like a drop A or anything like that.
Yeah.
It was maybe D or C.
It definitely seems natural
like-
to me that you'd go down there.
Yeah,
considering
yeah.
all the music you listed.
No, I mean that wasn't like I was.
You didn't want the garble
Baritone.
It wasn't like baritone. Like for me, I got really into hardcore, and hardcore is not all that deep, believe it
Yeah,
or not.
that's
It's,
right.
you know,
Drop D
kinda-
at most.
Yeah,
Yeah,
drop D,
Yeah.
drop C. Just
Yeah.
heavy enough, but not that the strings are flopping around. You
Yeah.
know, like
Like some
you can
metal
hear them.
bands.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, what bands you starting picking up on electric guitar?
Yeah. What are you learning?
Are you learning hardcore right off the bat?
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to learn solos. Okay, I got really influenced by like Crazy Train, little intro lick, and like Boston, More Than a Feeling solos and stuff like that.
So, like,
you know,
classic solos
Yeah,
then.
like
Yeah.
classic solos, just things that were like relatively living in pentatonic. Like I think we have a natural. Whatever it is about the pentatonic scale,
We wanna hear it.
It's
We
universal.
want to hear it. Like,
Dude,
yeah,
it sounds
I
pretty.
heard it, and I was
sounds-
fucking.
It sounds like
Yeah.
we feel.
Yeah, I was craving it as a kid. So yeah, things like that.
I mean, that's good foundation.
Yeah.
Just start and like learn that kind of. That's awesome.
It's also very easy to play on a guitar.
Yeah, I mean, like the box scale all the way up and all that kind of stuff.
Nothing
and then,
wrong with the
extending
Scorpions.
it.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
If you could rip a Scorpion solo, you're a pretty damn good guitarist.
Oh yeah.
So then, moving from that, then you got a guitar that you really wanted.
Did I ever get a guitar that I really wanted? I wasn't.
I like
didn't. I basically rocked that gold top for like a long time.
Excellent.
Really, really loved that guitar. Don't remember. I think I just neglected guitar. I got into electronic music really heavy for a few years and just kind of
Nice.
neglected the guitar in the garage, and things got rusty and stuff like that.
Fair enough.
There was a definitely, it started looking kind of sad. So I put the guitar, I kind of retired the guitar, and I eventually picked up it's a Telecaster thin line with the F hole.
Dope.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's
yeah.
got the Fender humbuckers. I like that guitar. That's still one of my favorites. And then last year I picked up a HM Strat, which is a reissue of those 80s Japanese Fender HMs. They're like the Kramers and the Jacksons and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I like the Super Strats. I'm really big into like 80s. I've always really been big into like 80s guitar sounds,
yeah,
tones, and solos, and
We when we played like cover gigs, we played like 90% 80s.
Yeah.
We play so much. It's so good.
I mean, it is a very solid decade.
Yeah, it's a solid ass.
But
decade.
Super Strats, nothing
Now
does
when-
it like a Super Strat.
I love a good Super Strat.
When
for
you're
sure.
playing the guitar, you said you played drums too, dude.
Uh-huh.
When did that come in?
So when I was, so I took classical guitar lessons, and then after I stopped seeing the dude in San Clemente, I started taking lessons,
Drum lessons.
guitar lessons,
more guitar lessons,
locally at that same little music shop by my house.
Support local.
Yeah, it's right. It's right on. It's like basically at the intersection of Moulton and Lake Forest.
I know exactly where that is.
Yeah,
It's
like-
still there?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And it has fluctuating owners and business.
Is it in the
volume.
business center? Like,
It's in a little business
yeah,
park. Yeah.
I know where that is.
Yeah. So I used to. So
It
I
says
took
music.
music. Yeah. So I started doing stuff there, taking lessons there. But then the guy, for some reason, started doing. He was like, had some kind of way to do it at LCAD in Laguna Beach in the Canyon, which is the Laguna College of Art and Design.
All right.
And
That's awesome.
they
Yes.
they had a drum instructor there, and I remember, I think I was just getting a little burned out of playing so much guitar, or like guitar being such a chore that was being kind of forced upon me by my parents. Like, really just wanted to like try to pick around and make stuff versus like trying
Drilling.
to
Do your drills,
learn
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just a kid trying to have fun.
Yeah, how old are we
Yeah, but
now?
you're playing a goddamn gold top.
Yeah. I
You better be a
was
virtuoso,
probably
son.
12, 11 maybe.
Yeah.
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 But
So
well-
wait. So I was gonna say around Battle of the Bands time, you'd only been playing drums like a couple of years.
No, I've been playing drums for bro, what band did you play with at Battle in the Bands?
Burger Boy and the Shakes.
Oh, Burger
man.
Boy and the Shakes.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that
yeah.
was Dante's band.
Yeah, I was in him and Jimmy. Yeah.
Jim
Beach?
Beach.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Wow, that's fucking
What
were
is
the
this?
days.
Burger Boy and
Yep,
the
my
Shakes?
8th grade band was
Yeah.
Burger Boy and the Shakes. Oh, I can't remember your band's name.
Desperate to Drown.
Desperate. to
Very
Drown.
edgy. Very edgy. And then it did like a 360. We kept the water theme, right? Drowning, but then it was H2O, Healing to Overcome.
That's right. That's what you were at Battle of the Bands.
Oh, was
yeah,
it?
I think
H2O?
they might have not let you.
No, it's possible that was
Yeah,
H2O, yeah.
Already at that point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know about the
That's
band?
that's the name I
H2O?
remember.
No, I did not know about that. They're a punk band, right? Like, I was not aware of H2O, the band.
I love
Yeah.
H2O.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah, Healing to Overcome. Yeah, I think we might have given you shit behind your back of like, that's already a band, right?
Yeah, crazy.
If you spelled it out, then no one can say shit.
It was
Just
definitely
Healing to
H2O.
Overcome.
It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
definitely H2O.
Yeah,
like-
yeah, yeah.
Well, I tried to save you. but-
No, I mean, I'd be lying if I was like, yeah, I know we wrote it out. Like, I don't even think we wrote it out once. It was just like a verbal thing. It was like, we're called H2O.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean,
I
it was
remember that band.
pre-recordings. I mean, maybe we had like one little recording, but it was like, yeah, we were on Pure Volume. You guys remember
Oh,
Pure Volume?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Pure Volume back in the day was
Great
sick.
site for
Um,
artists. Great site for artists. That was
Yeah.
Pure Volume 2 or Pure Volume What the fuck is it? Volume.
what?
what just happened?
No, Pure Volume Volume 2. That's what.
Pure Volume Volume 2.
That was a CD out. Sorry, it's like a fucking tongue twister.
Wait, it
Volume,
was a
Volume 2.
CD?
Yeah, there was a CD that went out that was Pure Volume.
With
Volume
the
2.
highest listens, they just like compiled
I
them
have
into
no
a CD.
idea what the fuck was on it. But I remember during MySpace days.
Oh, for
Yeah, that
sure.
sounds like a MySpace era thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Love MySpace.
Those were the
Yeah,
days,
my
man.
mind.
MySpace was tight.
Pure Volume.
Yeah,
Volume
Pure
was fun.
Volume. Yeah, so that band, so H2O,
What's the first band you joined or started?
the very
or-
first band that I was in.
Yeah, yeah.
I had like wasn't really a band. Well, yeah, it was a fucking band. We
Of
had
course
songs.
it's a band.
Yeah, we basically used to rock garage band loops, and I
Yeah.
would make little guitar strums and sing on a mic with my friend. Oh my god, maybe
You
when
were
I was like
looping
in
back
5th grade. Yeah.
Yeah, you had a friend in 5th grade.
No, like
no.
5th grade.
It's
like,
exactly how
yeah.
All American Rejects got their deal.
Yeah.
Like it's totally a band. Yeah. So you're writing your own jams.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Dude,
5th
that's
grade, you're writing and recording yourself.
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, and you're playing a
Yes.
looper. And
Not a looper. We're finding stock loops.
Oh,
Right.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
But I mean, I could like, I had the ability at that time to even know how to like cut and rearrange the loops to make
Sure.
the drums a little bit more interesting or to give
Different
them-
sections and
yeah,
shit,
just like
yeah.
not even sections, but it's like take like a 4-bar loop and make it an 8-bar loop
Yeah.
with some variations.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So like that was cool. Yeah, I don't know if that.
When
band
did you
had a
start
name.
writing your own stuff? Are you writing lyrics? You said you're singing too. So you're writing a song on guitar, and then you're singing over the top of it with lyrics. So
Yeah.
when do you start writing songs?
What do you mean?
Tricky thing is,
what?
you say everything nonchalantly, like, this band and then became this. I'm like, okay,
yeah.
but what about the in-betweens? What
Wait,
about the in-betweens?
when did I start writing songs?
Yes,
What
yeah,
respect?
yeah.
What do you mean?
What made you want to write them at all?
Oh, what made me want to write a song?
Well,
yeah,
like,
but
sure.
there's a difference in
It's
noodling
a-
around on guitar because you're
Oh,
done
what
learning
made
other
me
people's
want
songs.
to write songs versus
And
I
then
was
you
always
start
like
writing,
that.
it's
I was
different.
always like that, picking around on the piano.
Okay.
making
Yeah.
little licks.
So even on the piano,
I was
you
trying
just
to make my
do your
own
own thing.
stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, and it was
and they're
totally
making
organic.
you read. They're making you read the music, and you're like, okay, fine, but this is lame. I want to ding,
yeah,
ding, ding,
I
ding.
wanted to just do whatever I wanted to do.
Okay.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So what would you call like your first like official song where you had the idea? Let's make a full thing out of it.
So it was with that friend in 5th grade. The song was called "Can You Feel It."
Yeah.
Can you feel it?
Can you feel it?
What's
Can
the
you feel it?
band name though? Right?
I don't know.
Okay,
I don't think it had
it
a
was
band
never
name.
a
I don't
band.
think it had a band name. Yeah, the song had a name though. I actually recently found it too. I went
Yes.
scouring through an old computer and
Oh, that's
found
the
like this
best.
treasure trove of old recordings
Oh, you
and
should
photos
send that
and
to us so we
stuff.
can put it on the end of this episode.
Oh my
Please,
god,
that would be
it's
the
so rough.
best.
I mean, I
Yeah.
will. It's very rough. It's but it's like
That's the
very,
idea.
Very young boy, voice
Yes.
cracking.
Yes.
Timing's all over the place, but it's real.
Yeah.
I mean, what would anyone expect out of you?
A 5th grader? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd expect virality, instant, overnight.
Yeah, it's just like
TikTok blows
he's fucking good. This little 5th
Yeah,
grader
Yeah.
is.
I wonder where he is now.
That was the vision. That was the vision.
He's on this podcast.
So, okay, how many? Do you have recordings now? You
Yeah.
start recording with the friend. Are you making like albums? Are you just?
Nope.
Yeah.
No, never did anything like that.
Yeah.
Played in so like my entire, just circling back to the original question, you were like, hi, so you're Hunter. All I know about you is that you know Oliver and you're into music. Okay, so like let me tell you a bit about myself. My name is Hunter. Whoa.
The pug.
Is the pug? I thought it was.
No, it's the fuck.
Yeah, my name is Hunter. I'm one of the owners at Recess Studios. My buddy actually owns the big business. I own the small recording studio within.
That's actually where I ran into you first because I think
At
we were
Gemini.
at Gemini.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, yep, yep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It all makes perfect sense to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Okay. Great to see you.
So yeah, I work in recording. I manage the rehearsal studio, of course.
Yeah, man.
I do sound design for like film and TV too.
God, I have so
and,
many more questions, obviously.
Yeah, like more interesting stuff. Like when I was a kid, it's cool. I'm a little bit cooler now. So yeah, just going back to that last question. So like, did I put out albums or anything? No, not really.
Yeah.
I was in bands. I did like a couple little minor tour things. Just trying to fill in for people, like playing hardcore bands. Had my folk band.
Is that just doing shows, making friends, and people are like, "Oh, we can have him play for us"?
Yeah, I mean, it was like this
Nice.
small community where it was like, we're looking for a drummer, and I'd be like, oh, like let me show you my last band that I was playing with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not everyone can say that, right? Like
Right.
you realize that. Like a lot of people are like, "Oh yeah, I learned guitar. I only know guitar. I only piano, guitar, drums, and you're playing with multiple people. You know, that's
Yeah, I was
that's
always
great.
trying to play with bands, always trying to mess around with people. I've always been, excuse me,
No, you're good.
I've always been on the technical side of things too. Loved setting up my own like sound rooms. I wouldn't call it a studio because I was in my garage. It was
Yeah.
not-
Yeah.
but it was like,
See, I already kind of wanted to dig into like your first recordings, right?
Yeah.
Like you kind of know what you're
Oh, dude,
Like-
my first recordings were on tapes, and I had a 2-deck tape
Yes,
boombox.
this is
and
what I
I'd
want.
record into one, right? I'd lay down a foundationary thing, no volume, no pan. It is what it is going in, and then it's like I'd put that into deck 2, and then press play on that and hit record again.
same
They
time?
would both
Yeah.
get transferred back onto deck 1,
Yes.
and then I'd play the next part. So yeah, I think I have. I mean, it was tough, but I have like a 40-second recording of me playing and singing "House of the Rising Sun," drums, guitar, bass,
Sweet.
drums, guitar, bass, and vocals as a little guy. So
Great.
that was cool. So I was already trying to figure stuff out.
Yeah.
My neighbor's dad was like a wedding DJ, like a country wedding DJ. So I would see him rehearsing and stuff like that. And
Country wedding DJ.
yeah, so he was like a Western style wedding DJ and
Right.
party DJ.
Yeah, of course.
And singer. He played some guitar.
But the specialty is like
You want a Western wedding.
I mean, Doug Houston,
there,
he was good.
lady.
Shout
Doug
out
Houston,
Dougie.
like that guy was
Doug,
fucking.
shout out Doug Houston.
Yeah, Doug
Yeah.
Houston, like he was a guy. I don't know what he's up to now, but I mean,
we're taking calls. Doug, you're
yeah,
on.
Doug's on the line actually. Yeah.
Hunter. I'm still doing the music.
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I know. So I was always interested in music technology for
Yeah,
sure.
totally.
Yeah, so I played in bands, and then I abruptly just like I got really into folk music, and then I had my folk band. So the hardcore thing kind of ended when like Oliver became aware of.
Yeah.
Oh no, because you were aware of. So you
H2O.
saw me before the
No,
hardcore phase.
yeah, you were just about to start it.
Yeah, it was like emoing, and
Yeah.
then into hardcore kid,
Yeah.
and then
You
yeah,
said DJ slipped in somewhere too. So
yeah, that was like a few years later.
Okay.
Yeah, I just had a lot of little musical phases. But yeah, like so Dante sang in my band, the
Right.
Late Morning Risers.
I remember that.
So, and I
Yeah.
always had a lot of respect for you as a drummer. You know what I mean? Like, so I was always aware of Oliver Dobry, and he's got a
Yeah.
fucking gnarly name too. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like I was like, how could you forget him?
I mean,
Yeah,
can I say?
I was very intimidated. I was like really pleased to see that you're such a nice person because I was really intimidated by you, to be honest.
Dude.
Kind of this stoic character, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
from across the room.
Yeah.
he looks intense.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
It's like he's like tall and
Yeah?
you know.
posing.
Yeah.
I'm a sweetie.
And then as soon as you talk to him, you're like, oh my
You're like,
god,
oh, he's
this guy.
super nice. Yeah.
What is happening?
Oh,
right
this guy's great. I love this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I remember. Yeah, you. Yeah, like I said, my main memories of you are definitely Battle of the
Thought I could
Bands.
Shoot a good O. I want to
Yeah,
get
yeah.
one good O on the low key. Just
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
those definitely Battle of the Bands, and then that one time I came over and we just like fucking hung out in some summer or other.
Yeah, it was just in the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
Did you swim in my pool? I think
Probably
everybody was
jumped
jumping in my pool. Yeah,
probably jumped in.
Jimmy Beach left.
yeah,
his
Jimmy was there too. Dylan Jones. was
Dylan
there?
Jones. I was
Yeah.
talking to Dylan Jones today about you.
What?
Yeah.
Fuck. I
I was
remember
like,
that,
I'm
man.
gonna be on
He and I
Oliver
were in
Dobryan's
band.
Shout
podcast.
out
Yeah.
Dylan Jones.
Shit.
Yeah, so
need to get
I
back in touch with
literally
Dylan.
was talking on the phone. He's coming into town in a couple days, so I was like, I'm
yeah.
gonna be on this podcast.
Nice.
Yeah, he probably hates me right now. We've been playing phone tag all day, and I know he's getting all stressed out. And I'm like, it's like he'll call me, and then I'll immediately call him back, and then he'll immediately call me back, and then just like too much time has passed, and I'm
Yes,
on
I'm
the-
over it.
I'm
Yeah.
on the phone with someone else. Like there's
Yeah.
something going on. I feel terrible.
Where's
I know,
Dylan now? You said he's coming into town. Where's
Yeah,
he coming?
he lives in Oregon. He's working at a resort that has to do with skiing and snowboarding, and it is in a place called Government Camp, Oregon.
Nice.
Government Camp, Oregon.
Government
Wow.
camp.
He's
He's in the
wow.
government camp.
He's like he.
Wonder how they
That
founded
sounds like
that
someplace you want to
town.
go.
No, right?
I
Yeah.
wonder how that town was settled.
Yeah, I wonder like what that is.
You want to go to the government?
Yeah, I
camp?
wonder what that used to be.
Explorers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
it sounds like. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he seems to be doing really well, and
Cool.
he's coming down to visit me.
Sweet. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
awesome.
Tell him I say hi.
I will.
Yeah.
I will definitely.
Yeah, he and I are still Facebook buds. He was the lead trumpet in the school band.
Yeah, he can
and
play
I always,
trumpet.
Yeah, I was always right behind him in the percussion section, so we would bullshit. And
Yeah,
talk about
even
stuff.
he has jammed with me when I was doing the folk thing. I got really into a band called Beirut. You guys ever heard of Beirut? Yeah.
Love Beirut.
Yeah, I love Beirut. Like,
Yeah.
still very close to my heart, even to this day.
Yeah.
I feel like either I'm getting further away or somehow this thing's getting away
Yeah,
from me.
get right
Okay.
up on it. Yeah.
Here we go.
Moving
Yeah,
out
okay,
and be
guys.
like, yeah, I've been adjusting this the whole time.
I'm like a nut, dude. I have my own studio, so like I'm like constantly being
Uh-huh.
like, "How's this? You know, where's
Yeah.
the placement? Is the placement good?"
Yeah, yeah.
But we all know it's fine.
Yeah, we're good.
We're gonna hit this with a compressor.
Yeah.
we got
Oh, yeah.
enough mics in the room. Like it's
Oh,
gonna be
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
Oh.
worry.
Don't worry.
We're gonna squash that limit so hard. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. So then, all right. So when does it start getting more serious on recording for you? Like you said cowboy DJ. So
Yeah.
you started messing around with speakers and sound and playing stuff, right?
Yeah, I had these elaborate rigs of analog little mixing consoles that I would daisy chain into each other. I had no idea the concept of an interface yet. So it would all be summed down into one 2-channel track that I would put into a computer. So I had a computer that could take a stereo track and it would all be summed down into there. And I basically just like worked my ass off all the time to try to dial in nice EQs and like, yeah, just like had some little stock compressors on there that had like 2 different.
What DAW are you using?
So I literally was, of course. What else?
GarageBand?
Audacity.
Audacity.
You guys ever fuck with
Holy
Audacity?
shit.
Yeah.
Good
So, yeah.
for you.
An
Audacity's
audio
great.
recorder.
Yeah.
Audio
Literally,
input
Audacity.
device.
I think I probably just went online and was like free
Free
sound
audio.
capture.
Yeah.
I probably didn't even know the word recorder, just sound capture.
Yeah.
I just did audio on a video for someone, just literally on Audacity.
Before we were
How
cool
does that work?
guys,
I was
we'd
like,
used
"Give
to
me
do
one
the
second."
podcast.
I'm like, there you go. It sounds way better.
We used to do the podcast on Audacity.
Yeah, I don't even know like if you can monitor what you're doing in real time. I think that like you couldn't even you could like I remember recording into Audacity like I later like cuz I was able to like I suppose I wasn't doing live sessions or anything like that. So what I'd
Right.
sum down from the mixer was probably like a drum set,
Right,
and then
right.
everything else was just like one mic, right? Or one or
Right.
two mics. So yeah, I remember putting reverbs on things and putting in all these like
They have a bunch
values.
of, they had a
and
bunch
stuff.
of effects.
But dude, you couldn't preview it. You couldn't like audition your reverb. You just had to like be like, all right,
can now.
14, let's go. And then it wouldn't just like it wasn't like a plugin you could turn on and off. It just like
Is it on the track?
Yeah,
Yeah.
bounce it out on
Yeah.
the track, and there you go.
Yeah.
So that was cool. And that really taught me. I think that you learn the most with the fewest toys. So
Oh my
I
God,
think that
absolutely.
like that
Learn
was
resourcefulness at least.
I mean, you just got to learn how to make things sound different. And, even then I had like, I don't even think it was like a 57. It was just like something like a 57. And
Knockoff 57.
it just some cheap, instrument mic, not a vocal mic.
Yeah, right.
And I remember, there was just this residual coloration to it. And then you use that 10 times. And then there's just all of a sudden this big mid bump. And you're like, what's this mid bump? And it's just the the accumulation of all the mics giving you
Being
this
that
one
mic,
sound. Yeah. So like I had to figure out where to dip stuff in ways just like basic stuff like understanding low cutting as a kid, like just hearing it with your ears and not having anyone explain why it's doing that, just hearing it with your ears and being like, when I record the guitar in like this, it sounds awfully boomy on top of the drums.
How old are you?
Maybe like 11.
Yeah, that's
really
working-
old.
That's
Or, I mean,
working
really
out-
young, I
That's
mean.
working out some audio concepts
That ain't old. Yeah.
already.
We keep coming back to 11.
Yeah.
I was really
Gotta
young.
say, yeah.
and
That's
it
young
was
to be
just-
doing
So
that.
you're
for
just
sure.
obsessed with the noise, like as early as you can remember.
Oh yeah, my dad got me because I really wanted something that was not just like I think I did it into the tape decks. Yeah, so I
Right.
did it into the tape decks
You're
first.
already working with that.
Yeah, and then my dad got me like a small gaming computer. It was like Windows 2000 or something, like just really really old computer.
Good model.
Yeah,
Windows
and then
2000 was like a good. Well, I mean.
oh no, I
98,
think
but-
it might have been Windows XP.
Ooh,
XP.
XP. Yeah, I think it was
That was
Windows
the
XP.
best
XP was the
year,
best
dude.
one.
Yeah, I think it was Windows
XP was the best
XP.
one, yeah.
It only got
They
worse
peaked
from
with
there.
X. Yeah, they
did.
peaked with XP
Yep.
for sure.
Yeah, so then so I just was recording on that computer and trying to make death metal songs, but still huge hurdles were needed. Like I was trying to be able to record distorted guitar and didn't understand that I couldn't just output the straight audio from the head into whatever, straight into my computer.
Oh,
you
line
know?
level
Yeah, I
and
just
instrument
blew
level
that
and-
shit
yeah.
out. Yeah, so like, I just couldn't figure
Sounds
it out.
sick,
but I
but
could do it on
bad.
clean. I could do it with clean for some reason. So I was like, okay, if I keep the clean level low, like whatever, like it works. So I was able to do that and make some interesting recordings. I was able to discover some interesting like producer syncopated things. Like I had like some finger picked guitars that I flipped in reverse and then realigned it so that it stayed like in time and stuff like that. So
Sweet.
as a little guy, I was like really impressed by that.
Dude, we're laughing only because we just learned this like yesterday.
Pretty much.
It's
Yeah.
insane that you
Yeah.
at that age had the
I
just brain power.
I just didn't. I just had time, and
Yeah.
it's all comes from.
Well, it just really interested you. So like you were
Yeah.
obsessed with trying to get
Genuinely,
it like what
yeah.
you were trying to hear and like
Yeah.
over and over again. Like, oh, it's not right yet. Okay, now it's good. I guess I can go to bed now.
Yeah. I mean, I remember being up as a little guy, just super late into the evening, just like working on stuff and
That's it.
trying to figure stuff out.
You're getting straight like working on stuff.
Yeah,
I
like,
jeez,
long day,
It's just this kick is just
I mean,
lasting too long.
There was no like, like I remember like fucking crying my eyes out because I like exited out of it and it
Didn't save.
doesn't
Yeah.
save. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like I just remember fucking losing everything and I was just like, oh my goodness.
I think I did that last week. You know,
Oh man, like a power outage during a really important like recording or something. I've done some sneaky shit with bad recordings and stuff. Like I've done some sneaky fucking shit. Like I'll tell you this story just because enough time has passed. But I was recording like orchestral pieces for maybe like of like 10 people. 10 people came into a live room.
Yep.
And it was like only a few mics on them, but I absolutely just like butchered the recording. This was when really early on into my like professional career. And I just totally fucked up the recording and things just got all fucked up. And I actually ended up listening to it and redoing it all through Native Instruments Contact. Yeah, so
Allegedly.
I did it all
Allegedly.
through MIDI.
Reamping.
Yeah.
Reamping.
I did it all through MIDI and just kind of mixed
Son
it
of
in
a
a way that would
bitch.
sound like it was in a room like that, and no one ever knew.
Oh,
No one ever knew.
Hey.
Yeah.
job well done.
Well, they were
that is.
super
That's a
tight on the
paycheck.
click, so it was easy for me.
Nice.
It was as they were super tight on the click, so it was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
how can I go wrong?
Yeah.
And you just like do the proper. You gotta visualize the room that they're in. You gotta put it in that size of a room. This guy was back here. Whatever. What would it sound like if you only had 2 overheads? And
So then, from figuring out Audacity to this, so what's that happy in the middle where it starts to get sophisticated for you, like where you get like a setup?
I didn't even know about an audio interface until maybe like 2015. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know anything about that.
So are you working on projects for other people without?
Yeah. So people would come into my house. I would record them. I'd have my own little method. I'd tell them what to do. I'd make them feel comfortable, and I'd basically explain
You had patented your own
my
kind
own
of design.
my
The
own
Hunter
treatment,
experience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my
Right.
own little treatment. Yeah.
Son of a
So people
bitch.
would come in, and I'd record their bands and do stuff like that, and just little recordings, like nothing crazy.
Sure.
But just enough, for
a
like.
song, or two.
My
Yeah.
folk band had recordings that I made, like, like it was all through Audacity. Then I just was really interested in music, got really into the electronic music scene, got into being like a DJ. I worked for a production company called the Do Lab for a few years.
Oh, I remember the Do Lab.
Yeah, the Do Lab puts on
Yeah.
a festival called Lightning in a Bottle, which is
Cool.
like a
Yeah,
cool camp out hippie.
They had like a tent at
Dope.
Coachella and
yeah,
shit.
they have a stage at Coachella.
This is
yeah.
post high school, then, yeah.
Yeah, this was I was probably like 19. Yeah, so probably 1 year out of high school.
Cool.
Maybe like 20. Yeah, 19 I started getting involved with the Do Lab just as a volunteer. And then I just kind of kept with it, and then I became part of their production team, and I would like help host bands or host artists that would come into town and
Cool.
like just like be their friend and basically do whatever they wanted. And
Welcome
You're
to
here
Orange County.
You're
yeah,
here for
like
the party. Yeah.
are you guys like looking for like what do you want to eat? Like what's
Yeah.
your vibe? Do you want to go party? Like here are the shows. This is what's local. Whatever. Do you have a ride? This was pre-Uber, I think. So like
Chauffeur.
it was I was just basically driving them around and they could just kind of do whatever they wanted.
So
and
their first question is, "Where's the drugs?"
typically,
Yeah.
typically,
that's the
yes.
first question.
I don't have an answer for
Yeah,
that question.
uh-huh,
I
yeah,
was
yeah,
certainly
no,
not the
yeah.
supplier in any way, but
Yeah.
needless to say, there were drugs being had. I was never the guy to be like, "This is Marco," I was never that guy. But
Why do you always have
Shout
a
out
co-pilot?
Marco.
Yeah, shout out Marco. Yeah, shout out Marco.
yeah,
I always had a car. Or
Marco was
co-pilot
just
with
there.
me.
He
Yeah,
was just there,
Yeah. So
Talk to Marco.
I worked for the Do Lab. They helped me get some gigs as a DJ. I started trying to do the producer thing, making electronic music.
Yeah.
Kind of stuck with it for a little while. Just kind of got over it.
Is this Ableton? Is this Kinetic?
This
Is
was
this,
on FL Studio. Yeah.
Nice.
FL Studio, yeah.
Oh.
So FL Studio was chill because I already had the basics of some stuff. So
Was
I
it
didn't-
already FL?
I was
Studio,
gonna say,
or was
was
it
it-
Fruity Loops at the time?
It was Fruity Loops
Yeah.
at the time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the whole industry, like the whole genre, was like, oh, we can do work
Yeah,
on this.
let's change our name.
Fruity Loops
Yeah.
was a fucking joke for the longest
Still.
time.
Yeah, it was.
People would
Yeah.
laugh.
Yeah.
They'd
Yeah.
show the step sequencer and they'd be like,
Yeah.
this is it'd be like, if he shows me this, I'm leaving.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
this
yeah.
was like
Yeah.
the thing. And now FL Studio is like the cornerstone DAW for
Yep.
like hip hop.
Yeah.
It's like this is like a normal thing.
Yeah.
I don't use it anymore, but I'm a Logic guy. I like to work in
Yeah,
Logic.
Team
I
Logic.
do my writing in Logic, mixing in Pro Tools.
Cool.
Avid certified. You gotta,
Hey, there you
get
go.
dragged through the shit just to get
Yeah,
your little trophy.
That's
Right.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so it starts to get real serious for you. You're doing other people's projects.
Yeah.
You're doing gigs, doing live sound.
Yeah, so I used to do front of house for whatever house party would have me. I always had a couple of Behringer speakers. I would run like sub stuff through like a bass amp that I could overdrive, so it'd have like harmonics to it that would just make it sound better in people's houses.
It would shake the floor.
You know what I mean? It
Right,
would just be
right.
aggressive.
Yeah.
So I could overdrive things a little bit. I'm almost ready for my.
Yeah,
Am I
yeah.
the only one that hasn't had?
No,
one?
he's about
I'm with
to.
you.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm with you.
Thirsty boy.
I am Mr. Thirsty Boy, so yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so then house parties, yeah.
Yeah, I used to do a lot of house parties, and like, just wanted to seem useful at the house party. Wanted
Is
to
it
seem,
house party live band or house party DJ?
Both. Yeah, so bands would show up.
bands.
I mean, what is a
Cool.
house party live band setup? It's just the mic guy.
Yeah, yeah.
You're
a PA.
not,
It's just a PA.
You're
yeah.
not like running over. You're not running
Any
close up mics
drum
on
mics or anything,
drums.
yeah.
You're not miking up amps. They're blowing the shit out of the house anyway. You know,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like,
So you're running a PA.
Yeah, so I'm literally bringing loudspeakers and like
Yeah.
a small like mixer, and those Behringer speakers, you get them for like $300 or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
These things did some work. I mean, they didn't last long, they didn't sound good, but they got loud.
Was it
Yeah.
Behringer mixer too?
I think I did have a Behringer
That
mixer.
black with like the gray on it.
It
Everyone
was
had.
gray. It was gray face and maybe black on the sides. Yeah, it had like a 5-pin little power thing. It wasn't just like a 9-volt or anything. It wasn't
Okay.
like a AC one either. The little 3.
The actual
prongs.
speak on though, right? Speak on cable.
No
or-
speak-ons because they were powered speakers.
Oh,
Yeah, so I didn't need to
Oh,
deliver
so
any power.
heavy
Nice.
power.
Yeah, so
Nice.
I just did a little mixer and then the 2 speakers, and then I could just run 1/4-inch cables wherever I wanted to. And I do stupid stuff too to like get like length. I'd like put a guitar pedal in between them just to like get
Just
like,
to daisy
get
chain?
12 more feet. Yeah, you know, like I just do crazy shit. Yeah,
Everyone's got an extra boss laying around.
yeah.
I
I
was
mean,
gonna say tuner pedal. whatever.
Exactly,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Let's tune the DJ.
Yeah, so and then after that, after I worked for the Do Lab, I submitted a mix to something for Musicians Institute and got a scholarship.
Yeah.
Am I?
And that
What's
is when I
up?
discovered
I
what
have
an
a cousin
interface.
there right
that
now.
day is what I discovered what an interface was. So I didn't know anything about that until I got to MI.
Okay.
And then I got to MI, and I basically didn't do anything other than them explaining that they just explained a digital I/O. And by that time, I had been fucking with computers so much. It was like
You already knew.
yeah, I mean, they showed me a patch bay, and that's like a really hard concept. I mean, I think the hardest concept for any person that's breaking into like audio engineering and stuff is being able to hear like compression and stuff. That's like a hard thing, and then once you get it, you're like, oh, I see. It's kind of like those like stereograms or like those eye things where you cross your eyes and oh, now I see the cat. You know, like,
Yeah.
Once you hear compression happening, you're like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
So, but for me, like, I already had that when I got there. I was already fucking with electronic music and stuff like that. I was smashing things with limiters and stuff, just trying to get like sausage things. Like I was getting into the dubstep thing and just
Sure.
destroying.
That was that time.
Destroying
Yeah.
sounds
Yeah.
and getting into like a little bit of sound design as a 16, 17-year-old guy.
They go
Right.
hand in hand.
Yeah.
Once you hear boom, you're like I want to make that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
How do I-
cool.
how do I
Yeah,
make that?
I mean,
Yeah.
I heard like an LFO, the wobbling effect,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, "Fuck, man, what is that?" But even so, like way back in the day, I mean, I was really into like scratching and stuff. Like
there you go.
Linkin Park had
Of
some
course.
cool. They're in their early
Mr.
stuff.
Han.
Mr. Han is tight, but
Yeah.
no, like before Linkin Park was Linkin Park, they used to be called Hybrid Theory. They had like a little demo, and they have some like little interludes on there that's just someone. It's just like a bit crushed scratch session, and it just sounds very robotic and alien and stuff. And I was like, man, I love these sounds. And another thing that specifically spoke to me was like in the Matrix, the very first time Neo goes into the Matrix.
Oh,
the,
yeah,
the like mirror goes down, and
yeah.
it's like this crazy noise. And I was
Yeah.
like, how the fuck did they make that noise?
Yeah.
So like I really liked that. So yeah, when dubstep and those types of things came around, like I was already making crazy sounds with guitars just by overloading computers and stuff like that. So
Right.
I had already been hearing insane noises and the basis of like sub drops and 808s and stuff like that. I was like trying to make that on my own. So by doing that, I had to like force myself to do a little sound design and stuff.
Totally.
Yeah, so fuck, I lost where I was going. Oh shit.
Yay!
We did it.
That's the whole point. It's consistently off, right?
Yeah,
We go
God.
from one thing to the next thing. That's
Oh
the
my
whole
goodness.
idea. Yeah. All right. So, do you have a hierarchy on like on EDM on like noise makers?
What do you mean?
Who really got what sounds? What DJ? What
Oh,
noisy artist? You're like,
when-
okay.
So my introduction into electronic music started with probably like, again, I'm not like a deep EDM head. I'm not like
Yeah.
anything, but like I like some stuff, whatever. So yeah, I like Dead Mouse to start off with, Ghosts and stuff, just like a super mainstream song. Then
That was a crossover for a lot of people.
yeah, I mean, and then Rob Swire, I think, sang on that song. He's the singer of Pendulum, so I got into Pendulum drum and bass. Yeah, for the electronic music, really resonated with the psychedelic electronic music, which is what brought me to the Do Lab initially.
Okay.
So a lot of these like super ultra like heady wook psychedelic, just like totally like tripped out sounds. That I still really like. I'm a huge fan of Spangle. Spangle is an incredible artist. If you guys haven't heard of Spangle,
Don't know Spangle.
listen to Spangle. It's
All
sick.
right.
I promise you. It's not.
Yes.
It's incredibly like complex, eclectic world beat music that is centered in ambient and psytrance and that kind of stuff, and some dub and stuff like that. It's really, really interesting. So
Sweet.
like that is kind of
Dope
like
noises. Is what
it's
you're
it's
saying,
just sick. It's really, really incredible music. It's incredibly musical. So it's, I think the songs and Spangle, Ott, Callius, and Tilla, just some of these like really heavily psychedelic influenced artists, because that's what I was like at the time. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I was just kind of like a little hippie guy trying to find my way and stuff. So
Did you start digging into keyboards and stuff, like synths and stuff?
yeah, so I think it started with the Fruity synth. It was just a 3 oscillator thing, and yeah, I just messed around with that and was just trying to make sounds.
More headphones.
yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
end up creating your own like songs?
Yeah.
Well,
So I have my
Did-
own.
Did you have a band name?
you have a
No, it was
producer?
always
Artist
just
name?
under my own name, Hunter McKellar. Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So always under my own name. That's a lie. It's a fucking lie. Why did I? That's
He's
a
like,
lie.
I'm under
yeah.
Calvin
No.
Harris. Just
No,
look that up and then
I,
just
my
Relax.
thing used to be called, because it was just like my SoundCloud handle. It was
Yeah.
called Synchronicity Music.
Cool.
So Synchronicity would show up maybe like on a flyer,
Okay.
but it was usually just my name.
Yeah.
But like the way the link to go and find me was, soundcloud.com/synchronicitymusic. Hopefully that doesn't exist.
I'm gonna try.
It does. It does still exist. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Too late. It's written down.
It's like Synchronicity Music. Is there just going to be like a little sample of my, you're going to hear my absurdity on there?
Which one do
Sweet.
you want?
Yeah, yeah.
It's
No,
up to
no,
you.
no, no, no. No, I mean, but there's some little things on there that were just like, I mean, kind of what I came to find is that I'm a great sidekick to an excellent songwriter. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Like-
sure,
Like
sure.
I'm a great engineer. I'm a fast engineer. I can get things done and set up for someone really easily. What's this?
Oh,
Are we getting footage?
he's
of the
just
bug?
being.
Yeah. We're obsessed with music, and so anyone obsessed with music, we want to know, like, yes, what totally gets you off of me? Isn't it Anthony? Right? Anthony came on. He's like, I'm obsessed with the most dissonant thing that you can listen to.
Oh, yeah.
What is it? I don't know. That's
Yeah.
what he studies. He
That's
like
what
wrote a thesis about it.
dissonance.
Yeah,
Just,
Dissonance?
yeah.
Like
just
a water phone?
just the sound of
Crunchiness.
clashing.
Yeah.
Just the sound, right? Like you're like, oh yeah, all right. No, he's like, I'm gonna send you something, and it's like this
Dude.
thing he made, and it's just like a tone that's
Yeah.
already clashing.
Yeah.
Something else comes in, it fades into different just clashings.
Cool.
There's no, it's all sonics and noise and harmonics,
Uh-huh.
and that's what he loves. And
It
I was
reminds
like,
me of
dude,
like
that's dope.
binaural beats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is more just noise. He doesn't, I don't think
really.
he has any. It's not even like a structure. Yeah.
No,
but he
no,
just,
just anything that's noisy.
it was just studies in noise. Like, what does this noise do against that noise? How does
Yeah.
that affect it on this side, on that side?
Crazy.
Yeah. So,
I got to hear that. That
Yeah,
sounds,
right.
that sounds
Yeah,
really
yeah,
cool. Yeah.
yeah. It's a buddy of mine who used to be in my dad's grad school program. Yeah. Yep.
Wow. This is
He's
where I
in
spend the
fucking
whole
Austin
time.
now.
I like open. Look. This is my
Uh-oh.
old one.
You were like, I can't find it. I have a new one though.
Oh my goodness.
You didn't even.
No,
check
I'm
your
looking
pockets.
for my other buddy.
Oh, okay.
I gotta know how this manifestation then turns itself into, full-fledged studios and studio.
This is a raw
works.
garden. Do you guys do that on camera
yeah,
or
you
no?
can, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Live
You
your
guys-
life. Yeah.
It's okay if you say no. I don't care.
No,
Everyone
yeah.
knows. Everyone,
Yeah.
Anyone who's saying
It's
this and
very
knows
legal
me
in this
and-
state. Yeah.
I mean, also we could have. I have extra ones in the room too.
Yeah.
Hospitality, brother.
You guys are so nice. Anybody, whoever.
Yeah, sure.
I'm good.
Okay.
Excuse
I'm
me.
still waiting for my eyes to come back.
Just take the edge off. Forget that I'm in front of a camera.
Yeah, and there is
Yeah.
no cameras. We're just people at a table.
Yeah.
So then, how does the obsession with music then manifest itself into
A career.
you're doing full-fledged studios and working on.
Yeah, so I became good friends with one of my instructors at MI. He, Michael Reed is his name.
Shout out, Michael.
Reed.
Yeah, what's up, Michael Reed? We still know each other. We haven't talked in some time. He's still my buddy. I think he's the greatest. He's the greatest person. Anyway.
How long were you at MI?
I was only at MI for like a year and a half.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Didn't even finish my program. Ended up working with him. We became friends, and I ended up working at his house.
If you
studio.
do MI
Yeah.
right, that's what
I was
should
gonna say,
happen.
Yeah.
it
Correct.
sounds like
Yeah.
most of the people that go to MI.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I didn't finish. We are friends, and then we started doing some stuff. But by that time, basically, I just saw all the new toys and all the capabilities, and it was really easy for me to take my prior knowledge and apply it to this because it
Sure.
was like
Totally.
It was like the hardest element of anything was just learning like Pro Tools, just to where the tools are, the hotkeys to get you to them quickly.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. It's just like reading the manual for anything, and then
Yeah.
you do it, and then hopefully you retain the parts that you need, and then you're good, right?
Yeah.
You have Google for all the rest.
Exactly. I mean, and if not, you can get that fancy little the
Overlay.
keyboard,
Overlay,
the keyboard overlay where it's like all the hotkeys. Nice.
Yeah.
We would all do well.
Oh,
We would
yeah.
all do
I would
well
love
to
that.
have
I like
it. Yeah.
struggling.
That's
Yeah.
great, dude. Awesome Christmas present too, but kind of a slap in the face.
Yeah.
You get it, and you'd be like, "What the
a little
fuck is
backhanded.
this?" Like,
How
you think
dare
I
you.
suck at Pro Tools? Yeah.
It's like the lady gifting you a picture of the clitoris. You're like, wait a second.
And you're like, I know what this is.
Come
I've
on.
seen this before.
You didn't have to put an arrow and here. Damn it.
Or not the not here. Not here. This is the no-go zone.
Yeah.
It's an awkward way to say that you have to pee, but I understand.
Let's see, where was it? Oh,
We were
Yeah.
talking about recordings and
Yeah.
things. Yeah, so it manifests itself into,
MI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meeting Michael.
Yeah, Michael Reed.
Yeah.
So I started working at his house. We cut a record for this band called the Textones.
Cool.
Carla Olson is a very classic musician. What appeared in like Bob Dylan's first music video and stuff like that. And
Dope.
she's kind of
Nice.
older and is doing her music stuff. Still kicks ass. Still good music.
Nice.
Definitely doesn't suck. It's
Yeah.
like mellow. It's like folk music. It's like it's like LA. It's like very Tom Petty-esque and very true and on brand. There's kind of like this vibe of that. I can't explain it. It's like this Americana vibe, I guess you could
Sure.
say. Yeah.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, it's very, and she's, they're all from out there. They've been in Hollywood forever, so like they have this kind of nuance that only comes with.
It sounds like
time
Laurel
spent.
Canyon.
Yeah, it's got the total Laurel Canyon vibe. Yeah,
Totally.
yeah. I
That's
think,
dope.
yeah.
So is that the first record you feel like you're doing like in like
that was
a
the first
pro setting?
real thing,
Yeah.
real thing with like real reviews and
Yeah.
like real
In a store.
you know, like it is on vinyl, like
Yeah.
can be found places like whatever, like and my name's in the little jacket, as
excellent.
an engineer. So that's cool. That was sick. Like basically I did not make any money on that, just accumulated gear.
Yeah.
Accumulated gear from that whole thing. Got a sick computer, got to borrow this awesome Neumann mic, which I used for various vocal recordings that helped give me some money. I was just like kind of hustling. Got a really sick Mac Pro, but it was like 2004 or something like that. Older Mac Pro, but like workhorse. Had like Pro Tools 10 HD. Though.
Yeah.
It was like a sick Pro Tools license, expensive one. Yeah. So I was
Yeah.
like,
In 2004 for sure. Oh, but this is after
no,
that.
but
This is after that.
Yeah.
This
New one with
Pro
the old
Tools
computer.
license was only the one before,
Oh,
but it
okay.
didn't have offline bounce. This was before offline bounce. It was like a really nice Pro Tools setup, and it had like the sickest
You're running
plugins.
HD on a laptop.
No, not a laptop. It was a Mac
Pro.
Excuse
Oh,
me.
Mac Pro.
I don't know why I
Yeah.
said
Oh,
that.
yeah, yeah.
my entire world is on a laptop right now.
Yeah, now. Yeah.
I knew this engineer who, whatever. He told me to put everything on a laptop just in case you need to take it with you anywhere and you don't want to have to just take it on the thing. You can actually physically have it there.
Show it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so tight. It's a smart way to live, but it's
But you're like, I grew up with this giant machine that I daisy chained that
well,
I daisy.
he's in his own house.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
say something happens and you got to take your stuff out of that studio. Like,
Yeah.
it's a lot more difficult to spend the day scouring
Unplugging.
the computer, the studio computer. You know, and it's very normal these days. You just roll up to like any studio and then you can usually just like get in. Especially
your
if
own
you have,
laptop,
there's
yeah.
really like, again, the market of things that you can have as consumers is really homogenized as well. Like everybody's got Apollo. You know, like if
Yeah.
you just have UAD stuff, like usually you can roll up to a studio. There's going to be something that's compatible in that
Totally.
that way.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
No need to
so
download drivers or any bullshit
It's
like that.
pretty
Yeah.
simple these days, yeah,
Yeah.
and things can be recognized, and a system can recognize another system really easily. That's really convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have the USB for our board. We just have it kind of
Out.
hanging
Yeah.
out there.
I plug
so-
my laptop into it all the time. That's how I make the drum videos I make. Is
Oh yeah,
I just plug my laptop in.
So he's not using studio computer. He's
Yeah, I
just
don't
using
use
his
the
Oh,
jam.
your board is the interface too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh,
nice.
definitely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Everything's labeled. Snake it in.
Okay.
Yeah,
We needed it to do everything and then some.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it does. It does.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
On Saturday we just did.
As long as you know your
green screen
room
shit.
and know what you're working with, you can
Oh, we're
EQ
still
things in. Yeah, like
Oh yeah.
We're still learning both.
yeah.
The gear and the room. The room,
Yeah.
I think, is the mixing room.
Yeah.
This,
I mean,
this, you know,
This is just a room.
you just set mics
Yeah.
as you want it and then adjust your room mics accordingly for what you're trying to accomplish.
right.
Yeah.
However, listening, woohoo,
Yeah.
that room, I have no idea what it sounds like yet. But I
In,
will get
in that
there.
which room? What?
In
Yeah,
this room.
mixing against monitors, mixing the after through the monitors in that room. Don't know it just yet. Learning.
Oh, learning it. Yeah.
Uh-huh. This is the first big important thing we've done.
Yeah.
So it's like
this is the first time we've
when
taken
was
any
this
time.
whole thing completed? Can I interview you guys now?
No, of course. That's the date. June 26th.
lasted like a year
Year and a half ago.
Of 21.
Yeah,
Yep.
21.
Okay, for sure.
So that's when.
So you guys
yeah,
have
we opened.
basically been in like honeymoon mode.
Oh,
for this
still are.
place. Yeah, yeah.
Still are.
Like
Oh,
you're
yeah.
still just like,
And we
you're like,
decided to do
look at
that-
this awesome corner. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, we could put this here, like whatever.
We
Yeah.
decided to do that with an entire album. So like
Yeah.
that's
Dude,
why
that's
it's taking
good.
so long.
well,
Yeah.
then you have a.
Then we have a chronicle.
Well, by the end of the mixing of this album, you should certainly know your room better.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there will be no question. And like,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
honestly, like.
I know, big
I mean,
sigh.
Well, I mean, like, no, like for me, like truth Hunter shit. Like, I roll into a place, I put on the fucking song that I know, which is usually like Michael Jackson, like Beat It, or something that like is usually I can get in like a
Yes.
high quality waveform.
Yeah.
Hear it how you know it, kind of in a way. Like,
Yeah.
hear it exactly how you know it. Like,
You already took one of my
and then
questions.
You
It's
can
fantastic.
take. You're like, obviously this spectrum of the bandwidth is missing.
Right.
There's just trunk is missing. So you're like, okay, like you can like go and like put a like find where it's coming from, put a graphic on that, and then like bump up where you need it. So fucking Beat It sounds normal again. You know what I mean? So like it's really easy because
yeah,
like
yeah.
you just gotta listen to Beat It, and you're like, okay, like this isn't like this is not.
doesn't sound like
vibing.
Beat It
This is
yet.
not
Have
vibing.
you listened
yeah,
to
yeah.
Beat It?
I have not
You
listened to
listen-
Beat It.
you
no.
listen-
Oh,
Yeah.
have you beat it though?
Yeah, like just like Billy, yeah, and Michael Jackson songs because they're extremely expensive records. You know, they
Yeah.
sound fucking amazing.
Right.
You can't just like go with like I like this band. You got to see like what's been working.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like, so you got to be like, and I mean, for the consensus. You know, like your vibe is cool,
Yeah.
but your internal thing could be tweaked.
Yeah.
All it
Yep.
needs to do is be calibrated by fucking Beat It. Then you can
Yeah.
be as free as you want. You know, like
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Hilarious.
No, that's very
like,
smart.
You know what I
It's
mean?
very
Like
smart.
you're like
Yeah.
because I know like if I were to go in somewhere like blind and then just like try to mix on something like I'm gonna waste my money for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
So you need to have that like reference like
Yeah.
and like sometimes like I don't like taking these gigs but I will if the price is right. Like people will bring me with them. They'll be like, oh no, we got booked at this studio. We just want you to engineer for us. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, like. you know,
I trust you.
Well, no, it's like I get to play with someone's cool toys
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like
sure,
learn
sure.
more about their stuff, therefore teaching me more of what I can do with my stuff. Again,
Yeah.
I used to daisy chain these fucking little mixers.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
first
yeah.
time I got into something that was real, it like opened my eyes. So like, who's to say that going to another studio is not going to open your eyes in
Yeah.
the same
Oh,
way?
every
course.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every
Knowledge is
time you see
power.
someone's,
Yeah. I
Anytime
get
you
mind blown.
do a session with anyone, just whatever they're doing that they feel like this
This is comfy. Yeah.
this is the way to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
You're like, huh.
yeah.
I'm gonna try that out. I'm gonna
yeah.
try that out. I never thought to put the microphone backwards.
Yeah.
Dude, I had
Yeah.
this guy. I still don't even know how to do it. But I remember when I was in school, there was like this weird dude who's kind of cocky or something. But he was one of the teachers, and he was friends with my teacher, so I kind of knew him on a social level too. It was not like he wasn't my teacher. He was a teacher, but he wasn't my teacher. And,
Not my teacher.
and he just like kind of like came in because he like saw me knowing these people. And yeah, he was like took two 414s, yeah, two of the gold face 414s,
Yeah.
and then like put them in figure eight, and then put them like this,
Yeah.
and then like did something with it, and he's like, see, you can like take this. Fuck, he like said something like, I don't know.
He's getting like a stereo image thing out
This
of
like
that.
crazy 360 stereo image thing, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, cool. I wonder where I'm gonna use that.
Yeah.
But like, how cool.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
And I was like, oh, interesting.
Experimenting.
Learned it. Good to know.
Was it a guitar cabinet?
No, had something to do with a piano.
Okay.
Oh,
Ooh.
miking a piano like that.
Yeah. Well,
It
he's,
had something to do with a piano, like the inside of like a
In the hood?
in the front,
Oh.
in like the brighter end. Where was it? Yeah. It was fucking. I don't even remember because I think he didn't put it there. We were just getting done putting something there, and then he said you should.
By
do
the
it
way,
like this, and then like had it.
dope.
It was cool. It was interesting. So,
literally
yeah, if
blew
you ever
your
have
mind.
two 414s, put them this way. Put it in figure eight. Apparently, it'll do something. Or it will just phase itself out.
I was
in
just saying,
an
or-
extremely insane way that might still sound cool. Like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
never
yeah.
know, dude.
There's
phase
no
itself
right
out.
answer. No more rules.
I mean, like
no more rules.
Yeah, phase itself out in like
Yeah.
this quantifiable way, just like
Yeah.
ripples hitting each other. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
like it's like
Built-in phaser. Yeah.
I mean,
What are you currently working on?
So right now I manage the studio. I'm
Yeah.
freelance for my own stuff. I wait for the calls, wait for someone to be like, hey, I'm trying to record. And then I'm like, okay, I answer the phone and they're like, hey, I'm curious about your recording studio. And I'm like, hey, hi, yeah. So I'm not a public studio. I basically cherry pick which things I want to work with.
That's actually
Yeah,
the best.
Because
you
I
should.
want to
Yeah.
give them
As
the
you
best
should.
experience,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't want to have anything weird. So right
Yeah.
off the bat, I'll be like, "So what are you recording?"
Yeah.
And like some people aren't even cool with that. They're like, "Oh, well, this," and I'm like,
That's
"Phew,"
fine.
You know,
Yeah,
that
there's
person's
other places to go.
going to be a nightmare to work with.
Yeah,
yeah.
Because believe me, I've worked with like some pretty insane divas and like some
Oh,
craziness.
very
Yeah.
sure.
So
Yeah.
like I in the beginning.
Expectations.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like if I vet them and they still pass, like and then it sucks, that's on me.
Yeah.
And then like I just eat that one. But
Yeah.
like
We've told friends, please cruise through, cut a single here for the day.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
come
We've
here.
had a couple of friend
get,
bands
get
do
like
that,
a
yeah.
get like a day rate. We have everything you need here. You know, bring whatever you want. And but if you want one of our time, it's
It's extra.
more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're not-
like I.
Yeah, we
Wait,
just give
so
you the
you
room.
guys charge to record here?
Yep.
Oh, cool. What do you charge? I mean, we can
Allegedly.
$300,000.
No, we just block the whole day.
Yeah, we
block
just
the whole day.
We just give them a
So,
chunk of time. We just give them a day rate.
Whatever,
Yeah.
however long you want, just the whole day is yours. Get what you need done, and we'll just
Yeah.
give it like
And
a
who's
day rate.
engineering?
Again.
Them.
Them. Yeah.
Oh, but they're using
or
your
bring
stuff?
someone.
Yeah.
So they just plug their stuff into their computer?
Yeah.
If they want.
Okay,
or
that's
they,
cool.
or they can use
that
ours.
sounds like a good business model,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Or
Like,
they could use studio computer too.
Yeah.
We have a studio
If they
computer
want.
that you can use.
and
Yeah.
that costs more?
No.
No.
No, so
Yeah.
if you just record
If you just want
through
the
Pro
files,
Tools,
yeah.
What's your
and then
computer?
It's a
We
Custom,
made
we
it.
built
It's like
this,
a
yeah.
i9.
It's doing it.
Top of the.
A workhorse
Blah, blah, blah.
Windows.
It's
Yeah.
doing it. It's got the
That's what's
processor.
happening
For
right
Pro
now.
Tools only?
Yeah.
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 That's the thing. Yeah.
Because they're mostly doing the tracking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not like coming here to mix.
People who are
Pretty much. Yeah. If
yeah,
you
yeah,
want to
they-
mix here, you can, but I think you should probably
Yeah, it's
mix
like
a place
people
you
that want
know.
to
with more
like-
with more speakers.
yeah, like I don't know if you really
Yeah.
want to. It's more of like a bang it out.
cut,
room.
yeah,
like,
cut out a demo real
I think
fast.
you'd want to do a demo or a single.
Yeah.
You know,
That's basically what we've had
Yeah.
people come in and do,
Or
or
if you walk in-
retrack something that they fucked up, or
or if they walk in, they're like, "Wow, perfect. I'm doing my discography.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
all right,
We haven't
fine.
had that yet.
Let's block you out for 2 weeks or
It's,
something.
it's
However long it
mostly our
takes.
friends too. So I mean,
There's also no
tons of fucking
bathroom that isn't in
guitars
my
and
house.
basses
So,
and
Yeah, so it's not.
so it's not the best studio yet.
So it's allegedly a
Allegedly.
business
Yeah.
model.
Yeah.
It's not really a business model. It's more.
It's cash only.
Yeah, it's not even cherry picking. It's like, so if you got
Well,
some-
people
But
have to
you
even-
have to you vet them. They have to be chill.
I was gonna say that
You can't just
It's
let
only ever been
fucking-
people we know.
This is not
Yeah.
on Craigslist.
No,
You're not
God,
taking
no.
Craigslist calls on this one. Yeah, no
you
way.
have to know these people.
But I'm in a
Yeah.
building where
Yeah.
like I'm trying to get strangers in.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
Of course.
it's like I have to vet them.
Yeah.
I've had psychos. I've had altercations with people. Bro, scary. Sky
no.
is yelling at me on the phone, screaming at me because I deleted his songs from over a year ago. He's like, well, and listen,
Yeah.
I never do.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
always on a hard drive somewhere.
Yeah.
Of course, for this very reason.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to fuck with him
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, hey man, like that's the studio's computer. Like we actually don't keep any of the files once you're done. Like you know, we don't want to fill
We
up the
dump it
studio.
like weekly.
He was
Yeah.
like, you fucking delete my art and shit. And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, fuck, because I know what it's like to get your art deleted if that's
Yeah.
your only art. Like, but I'm not gonna. You know,
If that's your only
Bro,
art.
he's calling me because he doesn't have it. You know, like he's like, this is the saving grace. Hunter's got the fucking files. He's like, I'm gonna be on a radio program. I need those files. And I'm like, bro, this was over a year ago. Like, I don't have it. And
How
then
did
I
you
was,
not save it somewhere?
oh, it's always saved everywhere.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, him?
No.
him.
Bro. Well.
Did you not put it up
No,
on
no.
anything?
It's also me because listen, Google Drive gets full. You know, I'll send him
Yeah.
he's supposed. It's his responsibility
Take
to
the
download
link.
them.
Yeah.
But Google Drive has the preview option. Man, it's too easy.
Oh, sure. You
you know,
forget. You
this
forget.
motherfucker's using
But
the
you're
drive. with
previewing
the-
someone else's file. You
Yeah.
must take
Yeah.
that
some people,
file.
some
for-
people don't. Yeah.
Well, then they deserve to lose it.
Yeah, well, he was much better. He's scary altercation, and it's me. Like, I'm a nice guy. Like, I'm a goofy guy. I
Did you
mess
just
with-
roll back your computer?
No, I always keep everything. I kept it.
Yeah.
So, like, I called and I said, okay.
Here it is.
After he was furious and he
yeah.
was like, where you at? And I was like, fuck, dude, please don't come to me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm at work. I'm, like, at the one place you know where to get to.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Where do you think I am?
yeah, like, dude, I'm like, please don't come here right now.
Yeah.
And then I was like, hey, I think I have them on a different drive at my house.
Yeah.
So I unlocked my normal drive, and then the next day I sent them to him. But man, it was scary.
Yeah.
And then you invoiced him for.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
For server space.
I
For
didn't, want,
that year.
I didn't want to fuck with any of that. So now
Oh.
I vet him, and it's happened
Highly
like
vetted, yeah.
more than once in like various ways. So it's like not all like super amazing to have a studio. It's kind of like it's amazing to have a studio if you get to make shit in it.
Yeah. If you're
It
the one
doesn't
using it,
matter
yeah.
if you work there, if
Yeah.
you get to fucking do your art. in
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
You know what I
That's
mean?
the
Like,
reason to
like
have
I
it,
have
yeah.
my studio.
Yeah.
Like I work my day job so that I can have my studio, so that I can make my music.
Right.
And making money is just another form of income. You
Right.
know what I mean? I'd be totally happy not making a lot of money and just like working on my shit and like
Right.
just like
Live a life.
and like it's nice to get money to buy more shit. Like I want to get like, you know, better synths and like, you know,
Always.
like nice.
There's always
I'm
gear.
a man now.
There's
I get to have
always
the
gear.
nice stuff. No more fucking Squires and shit. You know, it's
No
like,
more audacity.
You know, no more audacity. Like we're gonna fucking get the best shit. Like,
Do you have a Holy Grail synth?
I mean, yeah, the Holy Grail synth for me would probably be like, God, what is it? The DX1. It's a DX1. It's like a super gnarly one. I think it's like in a culmination of a lot of DX7s or some shit.
Huh.
Yeah, DX1. It should be really big. It's like 16 voices for back then, like
Yeah.
and shit. Like
Yeah.
it was intense and like yeah, it's got some beautiful sounds.
Sweet. DX.
Yeah, DX1. It's got some classic 80s sounds. I'm sorry.
Right.
I
No, you're good.
apologize to the mic. Oh, no. Sorry. Yeah, so it's got some classic 80s sounds. It's got Staccato Heaven. Staccato
What?
Heaven is
Staccato
yeah,
Heaven.
is that a DX1? Yeah, it's really long. Like these are super intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got like these beautiful, you know, I think it's got like the what then became like the Roland Fantasia sound. It's just like these like sick retro 80s synth sounds
Yeah.
that are sick and like
That people still use.
which
to
is
these
like
days. Yeah.
they've
Yeah.
like been played out by like things that weren't like this original, very saturated, like very like crisp.
Yeah.
Very like it's like you could eat it. You know, like super nice. You know, like these everything.
How many synths do you currently have?
So like I have like 100. I've collected like a gajillion VSTs. Of course,
sure.
but they're
Yeah.
expensive, nice ones. You know,
Yeah.
But, like, I only currently have a Moog Subsequent 37. That's like a cool synth that I have, and the only reason I own it is because a friend of mine was like, I'm trying to get rid of this synth. Like, I'm going to sell it to this guy for like really cheap. And I was like, I'll give you that cheap price and you'll give it to me. And I will not give you a reasonable price. Like, no way.
No,
So
you give me that same price.
With the amount of synth noise, like you have infinite, right? But there is something about the tactile, like
Oh, just coming out
actual-
of a real analog synth. It's
Yeah.
like circuitry and shit, dude.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
yeah.
sounds
It goes
diff-
out of tune and
dude,
shit.
It's like
Yeah.
a fucking. What's this? Mine is silver, and it's like the special edition is really expensive.
Cool.
Yeah, I got it for super cheap. Yeah, it was
Yes.
amazing. It was really expensive, and I was like, "How could I say no to this?" It even comes with like a road case. Like, it's amazing.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, "Okay, brand new, like crazy."
No, but there is something about the real synths that you can't. It's not the same.
No.
It's not. The creation is not the same either.
Probably could be if they just like it probably could be if like a MIDI controller company took the time to put like
Whoa.
powered
Shots fired.
powered rotary encoders, you know, something that had like a recall, so you like pull up a synth and it
This
comes
looks
to
like
life and you can
it's
twist
in
it like a real thing.
1960s like
Oh, yeah, that's-
aviation
that thing is
movie.
Yeah,
dude.
this one's sick.
Yeah.
But it's monophonic, so you're very limited. You're back in the Stone Age again.
Oh, what?
Monophonic synth, dude. It's cool.
That's
though.
rad.
Put a nice reverb on it. Put a ping pong delay.
But that's
Put,
even more
you know,
like respect, right? Because like,
well, because you can like make things happen.
Dude,
Yeah.
I love mono synths.
Well,
I almost prefer mono synths.
Dude, imagine
Because that's how I play. I'm not a pianist,
Yeah.
so that's how I play piano. Is
Dude.
like holding shit down.
bro. It's
Instant
literally
arpeggios, bro.
Well, like think about this. So you have a patch, right?
Uh-huh.
And like it's monophonic. You're trying to make chords, right? You're trying to make chords.
Right.
So what you do is you like hit keys of the chord, but it's not like all the root chord. Like you alternate, like you're smart about it. Like say they're like three, they're like triad chords, whatever.
Yeah.
Like say you like pick like the third or the fifth and you like alternate into this thing, right?
Yeah.
You're doing this and then they're all different velocities. Like it'll
Way better.
have this kind of
Yeah.
really interesting nuance to it.
Yeah.
I've done it before. It's really incredible. And I'm like,
It's so
I'm like,
fun.
wow, like wouldn't you know? Like this
Hold
is fucking
C
cool.
and then
It's
hit any
not-
white note. It feels good. Yeah.
like, well, like it's just like the way that things can come in. Like you're gonna have like for like Logic, it would be like some notes are red, some notes are like
Oh,
blue.
right.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
the velocities are completely different, but you like
And you can't replicate
level
it.
it out correctly. You know, you
Yeah.
like compress everything nicely so that it just has this organic nuance to it that is really cool. It'd make an awesome pad like in the background of a song or something
Yeah.
like that. Like, you know, like, and it's all monophonic. So you're like putting in the work, dude. This shit ain't easy. You're not just like busting three chords out. It's really hard work, you know, like, yeah. So it's like once you do something with like a monophonic synth, like, yeah, it's like, it's special. You
Yeah.
fucking feel good after that.
totally.
Yeah.
You're like, this is my noise.
I made
I
this.
created this
Dude.
noise.
It's incredible.
Okay. How's the studio treating you? Like managing Recess. I mean, how many units are in that place?
So there's 4 rehearsal rooms.
Yeah.
They're all very nice. They're all extremely well treated. Nice. And yeah, it's really great. I just get to meet bands and I get to listen to music, and some's really awesome and some's not so great.
Yeah.
But like my office, which is my studio. which
Recess has always had a great name in Orange
Yeah,
County.
yeah, yeah.
So
oh yeah, that's great.
yeah, so like massive props because obviously you guys are doing it right.
Oh, that's great. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just me and my boss, David. He owns the rehearsal business. I own the recording business.
Cool.
And like, you know, I give him the recording. I give him a percentage of my recording money as kind of like a tribute to me using his space.
Right.
You know what
Sure,
I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
He never charges me anything for this space
Hey
that
man,
I've taken over, and it's
the hairstylists are
yeah.
doing like per chair, like
Right.
yeah. So I
Yeah,
totally
no,
get it.
but like
artists
I
is
never
like-
pay rent on
yeah.
this awesome basically lockout. Like it's
Yeah.
like super well. It's incredibly well built out. Like I had it custom built to my specifications,
Nice.
like inside of it, and it's like really nice, and I love it. Works really
Is
hard
that
for me.
in Santa Ana?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the one with the big giant film room.
It's
too.
right there.
It's near Gemini. Yeah.
No?
No.
Oh no, you're thinking of Sound Matrix Found.
No. No. Sound
no, no.
Matrix.
Recess. It's over By Gemini.
It's near Gemini. Yeah.
It's right there.
Yeah.
It's right
It's
there.
like it's like across the street.
Yeah, it's right there. Have you ever
That's
eaten
where
at
we first
Yellow
saw it.
Basket? You ever been to Yellow Basket? Yellow Basket, anybody? Yeah, Yellow Basket's right next to Recess Studios. If you know where Yellow Basket is, you know where I am.
All right.
It's fucking, I can walk there. Like,
Have you eaten at Yellow Basket?
yeah. So I wasn't vegan for a period of time, and I did indeed eat at Yellow Basket.
What would you
Good
tell them
for
to
you.
order? What would you tell
Oh,
them?
bro,
Yeah, yeah.
I would be I would be super hungover. I'd wake up. I'd like get to work somehow. Like, you know, like I'd just be like dying, like so hungover. You like black out the entire ride to work. You're just suddenly in your office.
Allegedly. My God.
Yeah, like I'm not drunk or anything, but I'm like I just don't feel well. You know, like
Yeah.
it's like I'm so
I'm
dehydrated.
surprised I'm here. Yeah.
It's like so much tequila, whatever. So like I'm at work, and then I just Yellow Basket's calling to me. I let the rehearsals in. I say, hey, good morning, guys. Like all this shit. Like go into my fucking soundproof office where I can't hear anything. Like literally the air is still. You're like sucked in there. And then I just go lay down on my couch, and I just go and I just like knock out until I get hungry enough for Yellow Basket. And I get up, I walk maybe my like oh my God, it's like from here to like a streetlight. It's like I walk to
Yeah.
Yellow Basket and like I get eggs. Three
Yes.
eggs over easy.
3 over easy.
3 eggs. This is an
Okay.
insane person, a fat person diet. 3
Yeah.
eggs over easy.
Yeah.
If I ate, I don't think. Okay. When I ate all the meats, I was pescatarian forever, so I didn't eat like
Yeah.
bacon and sausage. But when I did do Yellow Basket,
I've been through all
Yeah.
the flavors too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Yeah. I've been through them all.
Yeah. 3 eggs over easy. 1 bacon, 1 sausage. Biscuits and gravy half size. So it's like 2 biscuits and gravy.
Now you're
This
speaking his
shit
language.
is so much food. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy. And like, you know, like I also, you know, I work in Santa Ana, so I fucking love Tapatio. Like Tapatio is in little packets. They will give you at
Ah, the
restaurants.
packets.
So like it's not like some weird stereotype. Like I just eat around, and I'd always get little packets of Tapatio. And I never had that coming from Aliso Viejo.
Right,
We
right.
never had Tapatio. You know what I mean? Like, so like
Too
I
white.
get
Way
Tapa-
too white.
You know,
Too
it's,
far.
yeah, it's like there's no way. If you wanted salsa, you
It's
had
Tabasco.
to like ask for salsa, and it's in a
It's
little,
Tabasco.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But a Tabasco packet, dude, you must have had maybe like 1 in your life, dude.
No, I hate packets. I hate Tapatio packets. I
right,
like the
listen.
bottle. I'm all team bottle.
A team bottle
For a Tapatio,
I
absolutely.
rocked the
Valentino's.
bottle. I rocked the bottle in the fridge.
Absolutely.
Your,
I can't
your
open the
hangover
fuck-
breakfast though does sound like the most incredible.
Tapatio.
It's like that is the hangover cure though, right?
Oh yeah, and then I would like.
Like that sets you.
Yeah.
What would I
that's-
drink with that? Honestly, like
Coffee?
dude, at my one
Horchata?
coffee,
Rum chata.
1 coffee, 1 orange juice, 1 Diet Coke.
Whoa!
That would be like I
Hardcore.
would decide which one I
Hardcore.
wanted to sip, and probably like a water bottle with that. You know, I'd have all these options. Yeah,
Triple fisting.
definitely would do stuff like that. Just like, and it would be like Sunday morning, and I'm just like dead, and because I would typically, you can't abuse like this like fast food diner that's like right next to your fucking
No,
studio.
no,
Like
that's
it's
gotta be a
incredible.
treat.
If you
Yeah.
need it, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I can't do it anymore because they don't have anything for me. I can't eat Yellow Basket. But like, bro, fucking Yellow Basket's good. I can't
right.
believe you guys never went there.
Nope,
Did you
never
go to
did.
any of the little fucking diners right there on the
No.
Halliday?
No, we were
There's
shitty.
like little diners all over the place.
When we went
we
to
sucked.
Gemini,
Red Hill Cafe is right by you guys. You probably drove by it all the
Yeah,
time. It's
probably
by
did.
Malone's.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we
did.
ate nothing nearby.
didn't eat.
I never,
Yeah.
dude. I
We
went to
never ate,
one.
dude.
I went to one
we
kind of
never
near
ate.
you guys called the Pumper Pickle. The Pumper Pickle. They make delicious sandwiches and wraps. I can't even believe it.
Pumper Pickle.
And I didn't. I was
That's not a
like,
strip club.
no, the
It is.
the
Male
Pumper
strip
Pickle. And then he's like, "Would you like a pickle with that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, fuck yeah, nice dill
Obviously.
pickle."
Yeah.
1 slice though, not enough. I'd like at least 2
Yeah,
slices.
yeah.
Remember Brugger's in Aliso?
Yeah, love Brugger's.
Do you ever get the pickles with the bagel at Brugger's?
They usually just come with it, right? Or
Do they? Like
I don't-
I remember asking for the pickles
Oh,
because
no.
I love pickles, so I
Oh,
made it a
no.
point. I had to.
I think they
Had to
usually
have
just
'em.
because I would get like a sandwich or something, and then yeah, they'd toss one in or whatever. But yeah,
How did we
Good
get
old
to
Brugger's.
Brugger's?
bagels.
Food's
Okay,
awesome.
I have just like a couple closeout questions, right? Like as a music fan, do you have? Oh yeah, first record you bought with your own money.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, System of a Down Toxicity.
Ah,
That was
good
an
answer.
easy one. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard the
Very
song
good.
Shimmy. My friend at Recess had it in his Walkman. And I was like, it was a CD Walkman. Shit was OG. And then he had the like headphones and he was like, digga, 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 digga.
Yeah.
And I was this opening lick of Shimmy. I was like, this is a guitar?
Yeah.
Like this was like before, this is as I'm discovering
Yeah.
Yeah.
guitars.
Oh my
and,
God, the
you know.
meanest sounding guitars,
Yeah, it
right?
was a nice
Single
Always so good.
notes, too.
Love
Always
System.
so
Oh,
good.
yeah.
God.
System of a Down is the shit.
All day.
What do you credit your first concert as?
My family, when I was in first grade, took me to see Santana at the Hollywood Bowl. Yeah, Santana
Very
at the Hollywood
nice.
Bowl.
Hell yeah.
Carlos at the bowl.
My
Yeah,
dad,
that'll do
my
it.
dad loves Santana.
Yeah.
dude.
That'll
Listen to
work.
a ton of
Yeah,
it.
that's not bad. Okay, do you have like a perfect record or like, desert island record? No skips.
Oh, Desert Island Records too hard.
I know.
There's many perfect records.
I know there are a lot of perfect.
Like,
But
dude,
what's something you could bring to an island and listen to? That's all you can listen to.
that I
that's
could
all you
bring.
get.
That
You don't have to listen to it on a loop, but when you bring it,
oh,
That's
when
all you get.
Goodness
when you listen to
gracious,
music,
fuck.
that's the only thing
Yeah,
you get
you
to
wanna
listen
listen to
Oh my
something?
god! Only
It's
one album
I
forever.
know.
A whole
Yeah.
album. God, Hunter, you have a couple at the tip
It
of your
may
tongue.
not even be one of the
It-
perfect
you know,
albums, Like,
yeah, why am I fighting against Dark Side of the Moon? Why
Okay.
am I fighting
Yeah,
against
yeah.
Dark Side of the Moon?
Yeah,
yeah,
dude?
yeah.
She
Solid
sings,
answer.
The Great Gig in the Sky gets
Yeah.
obnoxious for me. I don't know why. she's really giving it her all, dude. She's giving it too much, and I'm like, Lord Almighty, like this is extreme, and dude, that's a great album.
Yeah, it's
You
got
guys
all
ever
it
watched
needs.
Dark
Yeah.
Side of the Moon with Wizard of Oz?
He's
Of
done it.
course, dude.
Dude,
Yeah.
I did that.
Yeah.
It's real. It's sick.
Okay.
Yeah.
It works,
So
and
swear
not
by
in
it.
the way that you'd think, but
Okay.
in the way that's extremely obvious. In that
Okay.
there's a movie and things sync
Yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
while it's
yeah, yeah.
happening, you're like, oh fuck,
Dude,
okay,
like
all right.
it's like
Yeah.
some of them don't catch, but the ones that do, you're like, that was the perfect line.
Yeah.
It's like,
There's a Star Wars and Metallica one too that's pretty sick.
no way.
Yeah. It's whatever one starts with them like landing on a snowy.
Empire.
Yeah, and
Empire,
then
yeah.
Hoth.
Yeah.
I don't remember the album, but I think it's the same one with Master of Puppets on it. But
Master
you
of Puppets?
literally like started a certain one or a certain second, and then just like as soon as they land, it just like hits with the guitar. You're like, what? And then like everything starts lining up where you're like, this isn't real, but it is.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool.
dude.
If you say so.
Do you have a favorite band artist all time? It may not be Pink Floyd, right?
No, not at all. Pink Floyd is great.
Yeah,
but,
they're great.
My favorite artist of all time, Jesus, that's a difficult
Jesus is a
question.
pretty good
Jesus is a
musician.
good artist. Yeah. Jesus had killer hooks.
I mean, not as big as the Beatles. But
yeah, yeah. Yeah, the Beatles are
Close,
big. Yeah,
The
yeah.
Vatican finally officially forgave them, by the way.
For
Really? Oh.
Wait,
This,
forgave who? What?
This Pope officially forgave
Forgave
the
John
Beatles.
Lennon.
Yeah, John Lennon.
Yeah. For saying they were bigger
At
than
all
Jesus.
Beatles
yeah,
for
yeah.
saying that they
They're
were
bigger
bigger.
than Jesus.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I mean, they are.
They are.
This Pope is rad.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
all
yeah. Good Pope.
Oh.
Solid Pope.
This current
solid.
Pope?
This current
Solid
Pope.
You're down with the Pope right now?
I'm
This
down with
one.
the Pope.
This
I,
one's
actually,
all right.
I saw him. I was in Rome. I was really close to him one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like in 2019, right? He's been around since then.
yeah.
This Pope is dope.
Yeah.
Don't Pope.
Yeah.
Smoking Pope.
I only knew from all the red lights that are on my body.
I don't know anything
close.
about the Pope. I did go to the Vatican. I sat really closely up. There were these nice people that gave us tickets.
The only thing I know is that the one before him looked like Palpatine.
And
Yeah.
was a Nazi.
I was happy when he died.
And then
Did he
this-
just die?
This one, they were like, dude, you can't keep sneaking out and washing the feet of the poor. He's like, but it's, but
I'm the
I'm
the
supposed to
Pope.
do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, but you can't. He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm gonna do it tomorrow.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, dope,
I am a
dope
Pope.
dude. Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not even. Yeah, that's all I know about the dude. That's
He
it.
snuck
yeah.
out and washed people's feet?
Yeah, like multiple times. He's like, this is my job.
Yeah.
I'm
Is that
supposed to go.
Is that chill for the people getting their feet washed? Is that creepy? Is
it
that,
consensual?
Like,
It
like,
I would
what's
hope it's
my angle
consensual.
here? Again, I'm so detached. Like, what are we all feeling as a consensus? I'll feel that with you.
yeah, but are
yeah.
you gonna keep my shoes?
So the Pope was washing people's feet?
yeah.
They're just not covering the jerking off.
He was, yeah.
That's his
he was.
kink.
Yeah,
That was
I was
he
gonna
was
say.
cleaning up the evidence. They just got there a couple.
That
minutes
was his
too late.
excuse. Washing feet is really code.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Next up
It's
on
not
news,
really washing.
Is the Pope washing feet
yeah,
for real?
Hashtag Vatican catacombs. Okay, so do you have like a go-to? Don't.
Should I? What is that? I don't know.
We don't go down that
They
rabbit hole.
have things stored. Anyway, do you have a
All-time artist.
Yeah, all-time artist.
Favorite all-time artist?
Yeah.
Oof. God, fuck, man. This is hard.
Don't think about it.
God fuck man. I think
Yeah.
that's,
So
I think
far we
that's-
got Jesus and God
I
fuck
think
me.
that's a hardcore band. I think.
I like Death Cab for Cutie. I
Yeah.
like Death Cab for Cutie.
Oh,
I'm an
Cab is
indie
good.
kid.
Have you heard the new
inside,
new
dude.
shit?
No.
Oh, the new
I
song's really
only
good.
like I only
He's so
like
good.
the early albums, and I especially like Transatlanticism or whatever it's called.
They're playing that soon.
No,
You gotta do it in
and,
a more
I think that's
pretentious
this
form.
tour.
Yeah.
That's this
That's the
tour.
tour.
It's at the Hollywood Bowl. I got
Hollywood
tickets
Bowl.
with the
Hell yeah.
postal service. I'm gonna go to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be
Postal
good.
Service
right.
is
Yeah,
so
it's
good
Postal
too.
Service.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so,
right. That's
so,
gonna be
like,
incredible.
I'm like a Death Cab for Cutie fan. I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
indie. So if I was stuck in a desert island, there's enough vibes in that album that
Yeah.
would
Yep.
keep me fat and hungry. Like, you know,
Fuck,
fat
give
and
up.
happy.
Give
Good.
up. Transatlanticism is
Oh.
a good one. Too.
Yeah, that's a
More
good
fun, sure.
album.
Yeah.
I also like Plans a lot. So I guess
Plans
that
is
would
good.
be, you know, Plans is good. But
Ooh,
Yeah.
Fender Gibbard
know-
Mustang, great guitar. They did a
the
good job on it.
Gibbard Mustang. That's I didn't even know he had a signature
Yeah,
guitar.
dope. I would never buy a signature guitar, but I would be close on that one. It's
Nice.
really nice.
Cool.
Real nice. And I was like, really? Him too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey
Why
man.
not me?
He's in the league.
Ben Gibber shreds, dude. Fucking shreds.
Oh man.
I don't know. He probably pretty good.
Yeah.
All right.
What song do you want on the end of the episode?
Oh fuck. Oh.
You
Shut up, Alexa. Shut up. No one asked you, Alexa.
Jesus Christ.
What are you doing?
What?
The song.